Crossover. Crossover.
Oh, killer crossover.
Just crossover. It just crossed him over nastily.
Another victim to the crossovers. Cross him up and sit him down.
All right, the crossover is brought to you by Everlow Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlowconcrete.com. Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Are you kidding me?
Come on. Sorry.
God, man.
I'm sorry.
My echo.
Ridiculous.
It's gone. It's gone.
How excited were you last night for the guy in the home run derby that was on the cover of MLB The Show? How great a performance was that last night?
It was
that he
excellent.
did a tribute to Babe Ruth.
Hitting 3 home runs.
It was probably harder than actually hitting home runs.
Do you think that at any point Aaron Judge thought that he should tap in? Like he should just take over, and so that the
I'll
Yankees,
give you guys 20 swings.
The Yankees don't
No.
look so bad.
He hates putting himself on the. He he's not a clutch guy.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's going to step up and start hitting home runs.
I thought you were going to say he hates putting himself on the biggest stage for
He
everybody
does.
to see, for his market and brand to go up.
He does.
He has one. He won the one in Miami.
Yeah. He did not win the college home run derby, or he hit a couple.
I don't think he did. But
what was that? 2016.
Why was Jazz Chisholm in the home run derby?
Well,
Great question. Thank you for asking.
He was taking BP. They showed the BP before the actual derby, and I go, there's no shot in hell that this guy is going to win. I mean, he was barely getting into the outfield. BP. It was bad stuff.
I'm looking up the 20. Maybe this was earlier. What
He had
year?
he had as many home runs last night as he has confrontations with Garcia.
Actually, he has more. Yeah.
People in Kansas City must have been elated last night watching that.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Do you really hate him that much?
Yes.
Okay. No, it's good. This is good for sports.
I believe I told my wife last night he was a tiny little pissant.
Jeez. That's kind of rude.
Aaron Judge won the 2012 College Home Run Derby, by the way, in front of 22,000 people at TD Ameritrade Park, right here in Omaha.
They need to do we just got to get the biggest sluggers one year. We just got a full effort. Acuna, Judge, Ohtani, Freeman.
Yeah, that's what we always say for the dunk contest.
Yeah, but I feel like this is more attainable, because baseball players aren't as big of divas, when they're not. I don't.
And then it screws with your swing.
I don't.
You see those guys out there
I
sweating?
think guys
Judge
like
did
being
it. He was
selected
fine.
for the All-Star game, but don't like playing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, the Milwaukee Brewers,
You know what guys like?
Anything.
A week off.
Yes, they do.
Breaking.
You know what they like more than going out and playing more baseball? Not playing baseball for that week.
No, I think they like being selected, and then they like not playing.
Yeah, that Sunday before the All-Star game is always so much fun just to cross baseball, because everyone's like, all right, we're swinging it.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go home. We're going home. I see home in my future. I got a flight coming up at 5:00. I got to get out of here.
The other thing Carl Ravitch did bring up the
Dewey
college
Decimal System
derby thing.
Yeah.
Did you also on your bingo card last night for the home run derby get the free space when O'Neill Cruz, and they mentioned that he is named after Paul O'Neill, which means I also think that his dad.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he is named after Paul O'Neill.
That's amazing.
Which I got to think that his dad is a Seinfeld fan.
I mean, yeah.
Because there's no way that Paul O'Neill would be your favorite player, that where they were growing up, you would name your kid after Paul O'Neill.
No, yeah. I mean, Paul O'Neill was pretty solid.
He was, but
in
the
Dominican,
that is the
I don't know
free
how
space
popular
on the
Paul
home run
O'Neill
derby
was.
bingo
Yeah.
card.
There'd be I think I'd probably rather name my kid after maybe 5 other dudes on that Yankees team, on those Yankees teams. I named my kid Tino Martinez before Paul O'Neill. I named my kid Bernie Williams before Paul O'Neill.
I mean, do you think O'Neill Cruz, when he's asked, hey, where's the first name come from? The New York Yankee right fielder.
When I was
That's really funny. I did not know that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just doing a bad imitation of Spanglish. I don't know. It's like if I name my kid
Spanglish.
He's Latin. He can do that, everyone.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Go out. I was gonna say, it's like if I name my kid Nomar Garcia Parra. It's a really random ass 7th favorite player. Just name. What would be a random like baseball player name?
Hey, Paul O'Neill's pretty random.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It is.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Do you think
know?
his dad was watching blooper films when Paul O'Neill was playing for the Reds? Remember when he dropped the ball and then he kicked it? Ooh.
Yes, I do.
Do you think that was the night he was like, "That's what our firstborn should be named"?
Yeah. Okay, I'm looking up a.
You name your first kid Saltalamacchia.
Yeah, like when did he know when he wanted
the
to
guy,
name the
honey.
kid? When he wanted to name O'Neill Cruz Paul O'Neill.
Why, Matt? Why did you name your kid Samarja McMaster?
That's pretty random guy.
I don't know.
You can go like Mike Hampton, or something like that.
Guys, this is Jake Peavy McMaster.
Who is
For the
the-
longest time, Mike Hampton was one of my favorite Rockies.
Mike Hampton was awesome. Mike Hampton was good. Like Jeff Francis or something.
Taking attendance. Is Albers Happer here? Albers Happer?
We haven't done this in a while.
Nate,
Just-
guys, the name of dudes.
Yeah. Should we just go all obscure Colorado Rockies?
All right, let's
Okay.
do it. Let's do it. Give me. Let's see. Let's do like the
Obscure.
2004 Colorado Rockies.
Obscure Colorado Rockies.
It went 68 and 94 that year.
They'd kill to do that this year.
How about Aaron?
Yeah.
How about Aaron Miles? That guy was around for a while. Aaron Miles, Jeremy Burnitz.
Hey, first round pick of the New York Mets out of Oklahoma State.
Yeah. Wow. Kit Pello got some at bats for that team. That's Omaha Royals legend
That's
Kit
right.
Pello.
That's right.
If you showed up at Rosenblatt Stadium back in the day, you're seeing Kit Pello. That's what
He did play there for a long time.
That's what you're there for. You're there to see.
Did he ever
Kit
get a bobblehead?
Was he a golden spike?
I think. Ooh, I have seen a baseball card where he's wearing the red jersey top.
Well, they probably did. They probably did Royals. Well, maybe not.
He might be he might have had a golden spike.
What year was that when they were the Omaha Golden? It was 1 year or 2 years.
I think it was only one.
Willie Tavares on that?
Fans and team officials voted to rebrand as the Omaha Golden Spikes beginning with the 1999 season.
So they were at least the Golden Spikes in 2000 as well, and that may have been it. Gosh, I felt like it was really a short-lived thing. All right, so I'm looking at the 2000 Omaha Golden Spikes. Oh yeah, Aaron Guile was here for a while.
Glendon Rush.
Was Glendon Rush on this team? Let's see. He doesn't pop up. We do have some Carlos Feblis. That's a guy. Kit Pello, definitely.
Is Chris Hatcher the pride of, I think, Council Bluffs Thomas Jefferson?
Chris Hatcher, not on the 2000 team, at least according to Baseball Cube.
Whoa.
Baseball Cube is a thing. Is a thing. For sure. Man. There's some Chad Durbin. There's some guys on there. Chris George. Oh yeah.
Hey, is Chad Durbin? Is
Chad
that his
Durbin.
son that is Caleb that plays for the Brewers?
Let's see. Caleb
I don't have
Durbin.
I don't have obscure Colorado Rockies.
I don't think many do.
Yeah,
And-
like I can name the big ones. You know,
Durbin lives with his wife Crystal and sons Cade and Caven and daughter Karis in Baton
Jeez.
Rouge.
Wow, that's a lot of C's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, one of those families.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, they sound like a fun group.
But the 05 Rockies.
Definitely a live, laugh,
Oh,
love.
there's a Rocky.
definitely. Yeah, they don't-
Brad Hopp.
Oh, LSU.
Yeah, Brad Hopp was a great Rocky.
they definitely eat dinner together at 5:30 as a family.
Omar Quintanilla.
Bums in the basket.
Texas.
Yeah, yeah, there was a lot of good
Is
Omar
Willie
Quintanilla.
Tavares? Willie Tavares is he on the 04 team? No,
Wi-
he wouldn't be on that. Willie Tavares would have been later because Willie Tavares was on the 05 Astros. But I know Willie Tavares was the most random Colorado Rocky I can name.
Okay, Willie
He's
Tavares.
starting center fielder on their World Series team.
Yes, in
Yeah.
05
07.
for Houston.
Oh.
That's the only reason why I know he played for the Rockies because during COVID we got drunk and we watched the DVD. My buddy had a DVD of the Chicago White Sox winning the World Series in 05 every single game.
Of course.
And so we just put in every single disc and watched every game. And then we learned a lot about different players we didn't hear about.
Kaz Matsui.
That's
Oh,
a good one.
He's their starting second baseman, wasn't he?
He sure was on their World Series team. Yep, Rocktober.
Do you guys remember Joe
So-
Creedy?
Geronimo Gill.
Yeah,
Wasn't Joe Creedy a Rocky before he
I
retired?
think so.
Joe Creedy. I remember him as a White Sox and a Philly.
Okay. Joe
So-
Creedy might have had like right before he was done was a Rocky. Joe Creedy.
He was never a
awesome.
Philly. He was only a White Sox or, for 1 year, a Minnesota Twin.
Oh, Joe Creedy.
So hold on. What was the infield on the 07 World Series team?
I gotcha.
Helton. Tulowitzki was at short.
Yep.
Matsui was at second.
Yep.
Garrett Atkins?
Yes.
Playing
wow.
third base.
Great
Look
job.
at you, Gary Sharp.
Great job.
Matt Holliday was in left.
Yep.
right,
Yep.
Willie Tavares was in center.
Yep. And
Brad
then
Hopp was in
Brad
right.
Hop was in right. Yeah.
Jeremy Affeldt was
you-
one of their better pitchers.
You probably won't get their starting catcher. It was Jorvit Torrealba.
Didn't he have a really good year, though? I
Jorvit-
think he might have been an all-star that
He
year.
was a 1-win player that year. Yeah. Chris Iannetta was his backup.
Hey, Rocktober was fun in 07.
It was.
It was.
And
I'm
they had
glad
to
we
play at the
that.
plate in the 13th inning against the Padres. It was great.
Yeah, and Matt Holliday broke his face sliding into
Yes.
home.
And then the World Series, and you remember nothing about the World Series other than the Red Sox won again.
Yep.
What was that?
Straight old sweep. So their rotation was Jeff Francis, Aaron Cook, Josh Fogg, Jason Hurch, and
Whoa.
Ubaldo Jimenez.
Wow.
Guys naming dudes most random catchers. That'd be fun.
Oh wow, that would be a lot.
That'd be a lot.
Jim Sundberg,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some there.
Daryl Porter.
Francisco Cervelli is the first person that comes.
Ooh,
to
that's a
mind.
really good one. I like Francisco Cervelli.
Him and you'll like this one, Gary. Wellington Castillo.
Yeah.
Wellington was he did the classic. Didn't Giovanni do that too, where he was a White Sox and a Cub?
I think so.
Yeah. Giovanni Soto. God. Rookie of the year.
Benji
What
Molina.
number 18?
And you got I think the ultimate backup catcher is Martin Maldonado. But
Yeah.
starter too, like great starter, but then also turned into like Martin's because kind of everybody's team.
Benito Santiago.
Not a backup, but Tucker Barnhart. That
Benito
would be-
Santiago how close did he come to the Hall of Fame?
I don't think so.
He played for a long time with the Padres.
Yeah, he did play for a long time. That's for sure.
Benito is a great
part of it.
Latin first name. That is an awesome Latin first name.
1,800 hits, 217 home runs, career 263 hitter, rookie of the year in 87.
How many All-Star games?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 All-Star games.
Hall of very good.
Hall of okay, Hall of
Hall of
fine.
good.
Hall,
I'll give you a Hall. He almost had
Is-
2,000 hits.
Hall of fine.
His
Nearly
Hall of
two-
Fame monitor is 94. A likely Hall of Famer has a score
110,
of
right?
100, it says here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right.
very good.
Maybe closer than I thought.
So, what is like the baseline for Hall? Like 2,000 hits and 300 homers is probably.
Well, it's shifted now. I mean,
I've always thought
2,000 hits is the new 3,000 hits, apparently.
His similarity,
He is kinda
his
tough to
player
get the-
comps are AJ Pierzynski, Yadier Molina,
Yeah,
Brian McCann,
By the way,
Jason Varitek.
there was some AJ Pierzynski slander on.
As there should be.
I don't hate.
Are you a White Sox guy or a Cubs guy?
I'm a Chicago guy. And there are a
Okay,
lot
yeah.
of people who hold him in very, very high regard.
Yeah, why do they do that?
Because he was one of the players where it's like he was their player.
Yeah, I
He
get
was
it.
their guy. Like
He was definitely around for a long time.
Him and Burley were kind of like, but more so Brzezinski than anything. It's like if you were playing against Brzezinski, you hated him, but if you rooted for him, you
Yeah.
loved him.
Michael Barrett, probably not a fan.
The anniversary of that was not too long.
Yeah, I remember seeing the video.
It's always great when it pops up.
Will you guys later be commenting on the status of the Chicago Bulls?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
can
yeah.
I just say real quick?
Whoa.
He played.
Oh, that's coming up on the show
That's-
today, Josh. Yep.
He got posted. That guy with the Bulls
First
yeah.
off,
is now retired.
first
First off,
off-
what is that jersey?
first
It's
off,
summer league. It's summer.
Yeah,
league.
Summer League.
Summer league.
first off, that guy with
They
the
wear
Bulls,
practice
he has a
suits?
name. All right.
Noah Singay.
He's the number 11 overall pick in
Yeah.
this year's draft. All right. And if you watch
He got
yesterday,
dunked on by Johnny Furphy.
and if you
okay?
watch yesterday's game, you would know that he played great. And he had over 20 points. He hit a three. He was able to get the cup whenever he wanted to. He showed great athleticism and length.
Who was that Frenchman that Vince Carter teabagged?
Oh,
Oh,
God. I
Yeah,
forget his
see,
name.
it doesn't matter. That's all you know him for.
But this Frenchman might end up being very good at basketball and could be, the third or fourth best player on a championship team. I don't think he'll ever be more than that. But
Wow,
That's
this
what he looks
that
like.
Vince Carter dunk has its own Wikipedia page.
Yeah, it was a very good dunk.
Frederick Weiss. Frederick
Yeah,
Weiss.
I'm sure he got to the hole very well.
It is
and
called
did a lot of things.
It is
Okay,
known
but
as
this-
the dunk
Fred-
of death,
Fred-
or le dunk de la mort.
Mhm.
Here's the thing, though. It's not like Furphy's dunk was incredible. It's just Noah Essengay made a really, really bad face.
Give that photographer a Pulitzer.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a tough look. That I was watching Sports Center for some reason last night, and they showed that right at the end of the show, and the anchors like were keeled over. They're like, "Oh no, that's tough."
He will
anyway.
forever. He hasn't had a cup of coffee in the NBA, and he will forever be known for that picture.
Have you did you see what became popular after O'Neal Cruz hit his home run yesterday? Is everybody was going to Google Earth in ballparks, and then you would do from home plate, and you would go 513 feet.
Yeah, I love that.
So Duncan Field out in Hastings,
Mhm.
it would have hit the car lot across the street.
Yeah, there's like a diner, I think, over there.
You
or
should do
something
that,
like
with the Chuck.
So let's think.
Oh, where
right?
513 feet would be?
I mean, it'd be probably on
Rock-
the doorstep of Lot
Rock-
B over there. You know, just right on the corner across from the Blatt.
Yeah,
you don't
okay.
think it'd get across the street, right? It would just be on the main plaza.
It might. There's not much room back there.
like because if it gets across the street, it's in Rocco's.
I
What
think
do you
it,
think?
I
the
think it
score- what do you
probably
think the score-
flies
what do you think the scoreboard is?
like off the scoreboard. You probably have to hit it.
450.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'd say 450.
so we're
460.
going
I think-
63 more feet behind that.
I think
yeah,
you
I
can
think
get
you're
it
right.
over the concourse. I think
I-
it lands on the street.
I think it lands. I think it would
It
land
one hops
right
the
before.
porta potties.
I think it would land right before the street because that like entrance area into the front of the stadium is a lot bigger than you think. Like I think it's past the tracks, but not before the street.
It one hops the porta potties up against the wall in Lot B.
No, that's way too far.
Just one hops it. You know,
I think it would one hop into Rocco's or one hop into left.
no, Rocco's is
No.
foul.
That'd be
That's
foul.
foul.
Oh, that's foul. Oh, so
Yeah.
you got to move it over. Okay,
Yeah.
then it would. Then you're right.
Yeah.
That's my bad. See,
Rocco's foul ball. You can't hit a ball over there.
513 feet at Warner would be into the cornfield.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, it's just in the cornfield. I wish there was something out there, but it's just into the cornfield. Now, if it goes to left and it goes 513 feet, it's in the player parking lot.
does it
That
get
is
out?
true. Yeah.
It gets out of Haymarket Park into the parking lot, right?
Oh yes,
It gets over the second fence.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe up the hill a little
Well,
bit.
we were both there when Spencer Torkelson with Arizona State was taking BP,
Yeah, that was a good
and he
good
hit
one.
one into the middle of the parking lot in right field.
Oh God. Oh, so it definitely clear.
Wind was blowing out that day. Pretty
Over the-
pretty gusty.
And you're
Over the
hitting
little
with,
playground over
You're
there?
hitting the bats were still a little bit of juice back then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What?
I still think that they should give the dudes at the home run derby the Beezers and just let them roll. You know?
I
But they
thought-
might kill somebody.
I thought they
but
should have done that at Coors Field
Someone
when
might.
they had that there.
Someone may die.
513 and Wrigley hits one of the rooftops, right? Or like
Well-
hits under the like doesn't hit where the stands are, but hits
Probably
the
pretty
building.
close. Well, you remember Glen Allen Hill
No.
who hit a home
I do.
run and it
Okay.
hit the fire station?
See, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Fenway, there's like a, so it's like it's flying the street out there, and then there's like a restaurant and a parking garage, like it's sitting on top of a parking garage.
Do you ever make friends with that guy who's out there in Wrigleyville who's the ball hawker who just like catches all the ball in Waveland and then he like tries selling the balls to
No.
people? You've never talked to him or
Well,
tried to make
I know of him, and
Yeah.
I've seen him in action, but no. I don't want to have like a conversation
I
with
just
that
thought,
guy.
I just feel like for you, out of all like amongst all people, would be like I kind of want to understand what makes
No,
this
because
guy
I've
do
seen his
this.
act. Like he is so aggressive.
He is a
he
lot.
knocks people down.
He is a lot to deal with, and he is a little standoffish about the fact that he's caught like all these balls, and he's got his own little museum in his Wrigleyville apartment that people can. He's weird. I just thought maybe you
no.
have ever walked up to him and be like, "Oh, I want to talk to this guy."
By the way, speaking of baseball, this is from Tampa, news out of Tampa. Major League Baseball has decided that the Rays will have the opportunity to play all postseason games at Steinbrenner Field, including the World Series potentially. I think they're rolling the dice a little bit.
yeah.
They're saying, I don't think
Go-
the Rays will be there.
Go Rays! I want to see that.
We'll see if that decision gets reevaluated if the Rays are in the ALCS.
You know, there are moments in life where I just root for the cluster F. Like I want
Nobody wants to see this.
where you just want to see it all kind of blow up for your own entertainment and things maybe go wrong. This is one of them. I would love for the Rays to make a magical run and for all of MLB to be freaking the heck out.
That would suck if the Rays. It would suck if the Rays were in the World Series. Period. And it would suck if the Rays
What do you have
were in
against
the
the
World
Rays?
Junior Caminero.
Whoa,
Look at
whoa,
it. Yeah.
whoa. What's this? They're a very random team that's not like they don't really have any dealings with you or anything like that or affect
Look at
your
Junior
life.
Caminero. I think he made more money last night in the home run derby than he makes during the season.
Literally.
They have taken Moneyball to an unacceptable level for me.
What do you mean? They win.
They care nothing about any players. And they're just like, yeah, we'll have the most random people.
And then they win.
And they win.
I
And
know,
then they
this is
go
exactly
to the
what-
playoffs.
yeah.
How can you not kind
But
of admire
I think
that?
This has been a long held belief by Connor.
I believe that teams and organizations should do their best to hang on to their most beloved franchise players.
God, who are these people?
Exactly.
Their lineup?
I mean, it's not like your
So-
team did the best.
So they
at
have
that.
one of the
Oh,
fastest
we
guys
signed Bobby
in
Wood
baseball.
Jr. to a
leading off.
14-year
Yeah, but
contract.
Haas was gone and Moose left, and and Gordo.
They couldn't pay for him.
I know. I'm just saying. It happens. It happens where you have a budget where you can't hold on to all of the players.
Yeah,
And the Tampa Bay
Yeah,
Rays,
but they prefer to not hold on
But
to the players.
Tampa Bay
That's
Rays
what
have
I'm
also
saying.
had problems with injuries where I'm sure they would have preferred to hold on to some of the guys that they had, but the guys that they had always got hurt, and so they did have to get rid of them.
They have a habit of trading their best players
Yeah, and then
at the peak of their powers. And yes, I know it works, and
then
they're
they
getting money
draft
off
well,
it.
and then they end up winning
But
and be successful. They made a World Series.
I think they should be incentivized to have those players on their team. Maybe sell a couple
You know,
jerseys.
if
Maybe
it-
build a ballpark.
Maybe if they
something like
maybe if they
Oh, they got a
sucked,
new
you would
owner
have
yesterday. So
look,
Yeah.
maybe if they sucked, you would have definitely a hill to stand on. But if it works and they're winning games, so I'm not going to be like, oh, they
This
do
is
things the
exactly
wrong way.
why I hate it.
Okay.
Because they're winning games.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, that's just because they're good. You just hate them because they're good. Nothing
But
else.
just
There's no
wrong.
morality
The
there.
odds of it working every single time
because
they do
they're
it.
great at their job.
Ah,
That's
Kevin
why.
Cash is
I don't
really
think that's
good.
why.
Hey,
Yes,
so when you looked at the
Deal with the
everyday
devil.
lineup
show
for
your
the
work,
Rays,
Josh.
how many names could you?
Shane Baz. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Baz.
Baz.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I knew it wasn't Baz, but okay, I know him. Ryan Pipiot.
Certainly a pretty good pitcher when he's healthy.
Was he a Omaha Royal? Is that why I know that name?
No, you're
Have I
probably
done this
thinking of
before?
Michael Marriott,
Let's see.
former
I know
Husker.
Junior Caminero, Yandy
Yes.
Diaz,
Yeah. Don't forget about Christopher Morel.
Jake Mangum.
You don't know
Mangum?
that- you don't know that guy.
I don't.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
They just
Subtract one. That's the end of the
They just
list.
recalled their center fielder from Durham, fastest guy, one of the fastest guys in baseball.
He went to Mississippi State. Was he at the College World Series?
Who?
Jake
Jake
Mangum was.
Mangum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just had an
Maybe,
inside.
okay, maybe you do know that guy. But you're talking about what's his name?
Chandler Simpson.
Chandler Simpson. Yeah.
But they're
No,
it's
I don't know
tough
him.
to name their starting nine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no shot.
These guys suck.
But they
Give me
got
I did not. You know what?
they got Wade
As
Boggs
somebody who
number
randomly
retired.
hates teams, who just hates random teams, I admire your random hating of
Thank you.
Tampa.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody gets a couple where it just really doesn't make a whole lot of sense for you to completely dislike a team the way you dislike them. Mine's the Rams.
I think it makes a lot of sense. I think
I
they're
can't-
bad for baseball.
I can't stand the Rams. I don't like the LA Rams. Never have.
That's
never
kind of
will.
weird. Yeah.
Don't ask me about it. Okay.
Does that mean I should ask you about
No, it's
I
just
kind
like-
of I kind of want to
didn't
know.
like,
though.
I
LA Rams.
they were the St. Louis Rams. Okay. And
Okay.
I have just
Chicago,
have this,
St.
I have
Louis.
this blood oath of like I just hate everything
Okay.
St. Louis.
Do you hate
And-
the Arizona Cardinals?
I don't really
That
really
wasn't
care.
his lifetime though.
Yeah, not
Okay.
in my lifetime. So I was just like, can't stand the St. Louis Rams, can't stand them, whatever. And then
You hate
when
Nelly.
when they left, like all the St. Louis Rams fans, were like, oh, this is terrible, this is awful, whatever. And I was like laughing in their face. But then some of them, not all of them, but some of them were like, all right, I guess we just have to root for the LA Rams. And now they're like winning and they get to celebrate. Some people
You would think
celebrate
after
that.
like 4 times of losing an NFL franchise, they'd stop putting
They'd
NFL
stop doing it,
franchise.
yeah.
there.
But then
Yeah.
some, like, I knew a couple St. Louis Rams fans who were like, guess I'm a Bears fan now. And I go, hell no, you're not. You don't just get to hop on over here. You don't just get to join this bandwagon of Mark Trestman and Jay Cutler.
But look
You
at the
know?
Battlehawks. Look how many people come out and watch
And
the
Brandon Marshall.
Battlehawks.
No. Okay. So they become a Chiefs town. because the Chiefs have moved in there and they carry the game. If they were in a better stadium and had a better owner, I think the NFL would still be in St. Louis.
Probably.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But that stadium was and they wanted to get
They
out of
wanted
St.
to be
Louis
in
as soon
LA.
as possible. Yeah.
And
And
they were
you know
really
what,
cooking
too?
there for a minute.
Also, too,
They
Isaac Bruce.
look at Kurt Warner,
Yeah.
Dick Vermeil.
I also don't
Super
like
Bowl.
how the St. Louis or the LA Rams do business too, with trading all the first round picks and like just deciding to buy everybody and their mother and like, getting these, not wanting to develop their own players.
This is like me with the Rams.
I
Or
know.
the Rays,
But
except for the opposite.
mine got rooted in I hate St. Louis, okay? And all
Okay.
St. Louis teams are out. And then the fact that like,
I don't have anything
know,
against Tampa.
and then the fact that like St. Louis Rams fans would be like, look, if they didn't leave, we would have had all these
Hey.
Super Bowls. Like, oh my God.
I know you don't have
Hands
anything
me.
against Tampa because I know that you saw the Buccaneer uniform today.
yeah,
They're sick.
Oh.
They're so
Oh,
sexy.
How good does Mike Evans look?
yeah,
Former
They're-
Nebraska basketball fan.
they're nice. They're nice. They're good.
Former
Yeah.
Nebraska basketball fan?
Yeah, Terran Petaway.
Yeah, when
Okay.
the weirdness of one night where Mike Evans is sitting courtside and people are like,
That's Mike Evans.
why?
I think Mike Evans is pissed off after what Garrett Wilson got paid yesterday.
Well,
Maybe.
I want to make that money.
I don't think so when you live in Florida because after taxes, he's only going to make $14 million.
I know. I saw that math. It was
Here's
incredible.
Rob Manfred.
Which, by the way, he shouldn't be making that much to begin with.
Rob Manfred on the decision to keep the Rays in Tampa for the postseason. Quote, our rule has always been that people play in their home stadiums during the World Series, except for that one year, by the way. And I'm not of a mind to change that rule. I understand it's a unique situation. It's different. That's where they're playing. That's where they're going to play their games. We have yet to hear an announcement from Major League Baseball on where the A's will be playing their postseason games.
But
I don't think they.
okay, so you have seen when you watch a game at George Steinbrenner Field,
It's awful.
and then you look, but it's not. It looks better than when you watch a game in Sacramento, because I think in Sacramento,
okay.
because
Let's have
there's
this discussion.
just berm seating in right field, and then like down the lines in right field. So out beyond the wall in right field is all berm seating, partially down the. So that makes it look minor league. Like you
it's
don't.
just so dark. It's just so
It's very dark.
It is dark.
It's
It's
so
very dark.
It's you watch those games and they it's probably because we've been watching spring training games there for years, or some sickos have been watching spring training games there for years, and you just expect one thing. It just looks wrong.
The crazy.
Yeah.
It just looks wrong.
The crazy thing though is that the Cubs began the year there in George Steinbrenner Field, and in April, Gary and I literally had a segment about that, about how like it's dark, like it's not bright enough out there, and they have now gone 3 months, and they still haven't added lights or done anything to like address that problem. Like day one,
They're
it
just
was
gonna
like,
wait. They're
well,
gonna buy their time to
so-
fix. Are they gonna fix the trop now? Is that the plan?
Yep.
That's-
they'll be back in it. They think by the beginning of next year, or they'll do like a 12-game road trip.
Yeah.
But they'll be back in it next
They're
year.
not gonna
One-
build them a new
one
stadium.
point-
They're just gonna
Well,
fix
so
the
they just
trop.
got sold yesterday. They're going to stay in Tampa. They will probably have a new stadium, but they have to play out their lease at the Trop.
Yeah.
And plus, they put all that money back into it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I guess it makes
one
sense
point,
now.
I know it's-
I like my experience at the trop, for the record.
I know it's
I
Tampa
did
Bay
too.
Rays.
Did I ever ask you? Did you go to Ferg's, the sports bar that is right outside?
No.
Great spot.
No.
But the Trop is so much better because they did stuff with the concourse.
Yeah. It's sharper in there
Yes.
now. Yeah. Well, it was.
1.7 billion, more than you expected, Gary.
No. I mean, the Twins owners are asking, the Pohlads are asking for like $3 billion.
I think 3 billion for Minnesota. Like the Twins matter. Like the Twins matter a lot in Minneapolis, especially like in northern Minnesota too. Like that's.
Oh yeah.
But I was talking to somebody. Like the Twins have been the most like in my era, as long as I've been alive, has been like a very just meh, franchise.
Well, they get to the playoffs and lose to
they're
the
not.
Yankees.
There it is. Like they're not terrible. They're not a joke. I'm not laughing at them. Like I respect them, and I respect the players that they've had and the things that
Man,
they've
when
done.
they got past the first round a couple years ago.
But I've never been like, ooh, the Twins. Like I've never been threatened by the Twins, or I'm like, oh, watch
you
out for the
threatening me?
Twins.
What would you
No.
rather own? The Royals or the Twins?
Twins.
As a businessman.
Oh, the Twins. The Twins.
Now you got a new stadium that is on
Happer.
the horizon in Kansas City.
Happer.
Probably the Twins.
The Twins.
Um, bigger city and really, really nice ballpark and a steady, consistent fan base. Right?
Royals have that too. Though you guys are good. Not great, but you're good.
For like attendance?
For care. For how much you guys care. I can't speak on attendance because I really don't know.
Always, well, not always, but most of the time, second fiddle to the old chefs in that town.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you can't, still matter and still have like a passionate fan base and whatnot, which I think you guys do.
Yeah, but
I just don't know because I grew up in the National League, and someone who is like a very casual baseball fan, I was a National League guy, so I don't really know what's going on in the AL Central.
You know this better than anybody in this studio. If the Royals would not have gone on that 14-15 run, baseball in Kansas City would have been in a bad spot.
Yeah, we would have been on thin ice right now, probably. At this time, because I don't know who would have bought them, and
they were so bad. And,
Mm-hmm.
But now you're 10 years after that, and now you got Bobby. You got the tweeter that plays first base.
Yeah. He's so funny.
Vinny.
Oh, he was one of my winners from last night. The big dumper, the kid that caught the home run ball.
Awesome.
And then Vinny.
Yeah, Vinny
and StatCast.
Vinny was just like, I'm going to hop on Twitter, drip off about 50 of these suckers. And then I'll see you when the season's over and I talk about the Jets all the time.
Did you see? So he made a comment about Cal Raleigh and someone clapped back at him. And he goes, "Hey, I'm only on here for 2 more days."
Yeah, it's like, I'm out of here. He even dove in some Jazz Chisholm Yankees, like almost trash talk, but not exactly. Nice job, Vinny.
The Royals this year are 24th in attendance.
Yeah, they're usually bottom third.
But their TV ratings are, well, when you can get them in Kansas City, pretty good. Just the problem is people stay at home and watch the games instead of going to the K.
They have a wide coverage area.
Colorado's 14th still. They've been that way for a little bit.
Colorado draws
every game.
Yeah, because it's not about going to the baseball, to watch the baseball team do good. It's about going and drinking some beers and
you're gonna get
checking out the views of the mountains.
You're gonna get a lot of teams this year that get 2 million, but I don't know how many will get 3 million fans. Like I think San Diego and the Yankees and the Dodgers are all pretty comfortable.
Dodgers are going to draw 4 million people.
I know. They're already at 2.5 million through 50 games.
That's rough.
You'd have to probably pay me to go to a Dodgers game.
Why?
Whoa.
It just seems like a huge hassle.
Yeah.
Have you been before?
No.
Okay. I mean, you got to go once.
Yeah.
It just seems like if I was in LA, I'd be like, yeah, the Dodgers are in town. Cool. Like,
not getting stabbed in the parking lot.
Yeah, like you'd have to provide some transportation. Yeah, transportation and a ticket. And
getting in isn't a problem, but the getting out is very much a problem. That's why so many people leave early.
Yeah,
go to an Angels game.
Why?
Angels games are great. I've been to 4 Angels games in my life.
That stadium, they've done nothing to it.
I know, it's fine. You just go, you eat, you have a good time.
The only thing good about going to an Angels game is you can park in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's across the street in Anaheim. You can park for free.
Well, you go to Disneyland, and then, about 5 o'clock after Disneyland, you drive on over to the park, you park your car, you walk in, you get a $10 ticket, you get there, and you just watch the game. You watch one of the greatest players of all time hit if he's playing.
That sounds like a bad day.
No, it
sounds like a bad day.
It is the greatest day of my life, is what I just described to you. I went to Disneyland, and I went to Star Wars World, and I was in Star Wars World for 8 hours, and then I went to the Angels game, and I saw Ohtani and Mike Trout play against the Tigers.
I think they should have done an ISO, just an Ohtani cam last night. Like there should have been an alternate channel where it just is on Ohtani the whole night.
I like the bit where I can't remember who he went up to because somebody had hit him earlier in the year.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh man, my arm still hurts. And he's like, no, I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm cool. I like Ohtani. He's got a good, it seems like he's got a good sense of humor.
I think Scooble should brush him back.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Somebody got beamed last night. I forget who.
Cal Raleigh did.
Well,
he took one on
Buxton. Buxton also got one up and in.
Little head cheese.
Yeah.
What if Scooble backs him off first pitch?
Isn't that what you want?
I guess it'd be first pitch to the bottom of the first, but yeah.
What if Skeens does that to Judge?
There we go. Now we're talking. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
And then
This
they
should
decide in like the second innings, like, you know what? This is for home
Hey,
field
screw-
advantage.
know
Where's
what?
Bud Selig?
You know what? Screw the game. Let's just have them fight. Just have them all fight each other.
Sure.
Just
Yeah.
big old brawl.
I mean, we did. It would be a tribute to the late Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, who broke his shoulder?
Can you
doing
imagine
that?
this day and age if the bench is actually cleared in an All-Star game?
It'd be incredible.
Be
It
so
would be great
weird.
because Stephen A. Smith would scold everyone the next morning, and it's like, oh, you do know baseball exists.
They would get out there and they'd be like, "What am I doing? Let's take selfies with each other."
I think it would be great for baseball.
they'd have the whole thing mic'd up, probably.
Oh my God, the John Boy breakdown would be legendary, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I just want a pitcher to issue a challenge tonight
Yeah.
that he touches his hat on a ball strike call.
Yes. Yes. Great idea. I can't. Yeah. I forgot that was happening.
Aren't the percentages pretty low for the pitchers who end up getting the challenges right in minor league baseball?
It's usually the catcher. or the
Yeah.
hitter. There was a couple on Sunday at Warner Park where your boy head tapped. He got 10 strikeouts. So.
I had a great time. I went to the game on Harry Potter night and I hung out with Marty Cordero. We had a phenomenal time.
As you do at Warner Park.
I did.
Before we close here, SEC has an official chicken sponsor.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've
Didn't you hear
heard
about
this.
The Sanderson.
Sanderson
Chicken?
Farms.
Yeah, Sanderson Farms, the official chicken of the SEC.
Whoa,
Cluck,
it's not
cluck.
Tyson?
Yeah, Arkansas is like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Calipari might be leaving the SEC.
We needed that
Is
sponsorship.
the Tyson Chicken Nugget family? They're the Arkansas donors. Yeah.
They are
It's the big reason why Calipari
Yeah.
is at Arkansas.
that guy in the
Walmart.
In the Walmart. Yeah,
I would love to be like, how did you make all your money selling nuggets?
that's right.
We get Buffett, and they get the chicken guy and the Walmart guy.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Texas Tech's got the oil guy.
Yeah, what's Buffett doing?
Everybody's got a guy. Everybody's got. a guy.
I would just love it if a donor went on Twitter and he's like, "Hey guys, I'm a billionaire, but I didn't go to college, and I need a college to support, and I need a college that I could donate
poll
to."
question.
And then there's
Yeah.
there's a whole contest of like he's whittling down the teams that he loves and the teams that he wants to support. It's like-
Unfortunately, Nebraska would win.
yeah,
Nebraska would just win the internet poll.
They would-
and
they
they
would-
would get the blind support from the billionaire.
be like, hey man, who should I root for? Like it's like when the Bordeaux was trying to pick like who his NCAA dynasty was going to be.
oh
Like,
yeah,
Nebraska
the YouTube
won.
guy. Yeah,
You know, it would be that, but just with I'm a billionaire, didn't go to college, need to find a place to give money to.
Nebraska would win.
You would think Ted Turner's doesn't he have land still out west? Don't you think
Yeah.
he should have
Ted
been?
Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you
Huge
go.
landowner in the state of Nebraska.
There you go.
I
Really?
believe that he is one of the largest landowners in Nebraska.
Yeah.
It's a lot of land.
I know it used to be. I assume it still is.
But
See,
yet
I
he
don't-
won't support Nebraska.
I don't know Ted Turner for TV. I just know him for WCW. That's all I.
That guy.
That's literally how I learned about Ted Turner.
Jane Fonda,
Not there yet.
Braves,
No.
No.
Ted
sitting
Turner,
by the
though.
dugout.
Ted Turner though. Eric called Eric Bischoff's bluff, Connor, and the WCW was out of business.
Wow. Sounds like a podcast. I learned about it one day.
Now you have that info, and you can talk about Roman Reigns coming back last night.
I know
Have a
the
good show.
OTC's
All
back.
these things I have a lot of excitement for.
Can you acknowledge your tribal chief, please? Gary, please
What's
acknowledge.
that mean? What am I agreeing to?
Acknowledge your tribal chief.
I don't want to because
You're
it
not
sounds
s-
bad.
You're not signing a waiver, all right? You're just
all did
acknowledging
it.
your tribal chief.
We all did it.
Yeah, the
That's-
head of the table.
That's the crossover. Powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com. It's Tuesday. We'll start things off next.
That's the crossover. The Connor Happer Show is next on 1620 The Zone.
Heating up again on Tuesday. Expect mostly sunny, hot, and muggy conditions throughout the day. South wind, breezy at times, gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Expect highs in the low 90s. Scattered storms likely overnight. A few may be strong, mainly west of the metro. I'm meteorologist Sean Everson from KETV News Watch 7.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's the Connor Happer Show. Are we sure we want to do this?
Could you, make an announcement that we're ready?
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Morning, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone and 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer, Josh Hodson with you. Happy MLB All-Star Game Day for those who celebrate. The official mark of the middle of the summer, nothing week or something like that. I don't know if it's the middle of the summer, I guess, anymore. It seems more late. Maybe this is the mark between middle and late summer.
I mean, kids go back to school in early August now.
I know. It's always weird, to find out what summer, they announced that, well, I guess we were at the College World Series, right? And it was like, oh, it's the first day of summer, June 21st. I'm like, no, it's been summer for about a month now. Memorial Day to Labor Day, right?
Generally, yeah.
We are at the middle-ish point of that. I wonder what the actual midpoint is. But here we are on the day of the All-Star Game tonight in Atlanta.
Well, my kid goes back to school in less than a month.
Yeah, you better get cooking, Josh. Those NFL pencils
yes.
are not going to buy themselves.
They're not.
Yeah, you better pick up a batch before they all.
You got to go to Target so early to get those, or they're gone.
That's the problem. Maybe you have to settle for MLB pencils this year. Maybe that's not the worst thing in the world.
That'll be good for them.
Good for the game. Good for the game. Today, Allan Bell will join, as he regularly does, at 11:30, and MLB Reaction Overreaction coming up at 12:30. That's the lineup, powered by the referees at John Higgins Weather Guard. We want to hear from you all. 402-951-1620 on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. You can call or text that number. Tweet at Happer Show, at Connor Happer on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. Email Connor or Josh Show at 1620thezone.com. on the Equitable Bank Zone inbox. And we say good morning to the YouTube streamers today, where Tony writes in, they do call it the Midsummer Classic. They do call it the Midsummer Classic. So I guess it is accurate to say it is the middle of the summer. Elsewhere today, we will react to the Home Run Derby last night, all the things that happened, including Cal Raleigh, who is quite possibly having a Linsanity run, but is awesome nonetheless.
Yes.
Nonetheless. And a great story, of course, a family type of story that unfolded last night.
Family.
In Atlanta. Day 1 of SEC Media Days in the book. Day 2 underway. Man, I watched a lot of Feinbaum yesterday.
That's depressing.
Here's a take for you, Josh. That show rocks.
Oh.
Okay. Feinbaum is awesome. I love that show. Did you see that? I'm not going to go out of my way and find it. Like if it's there, I'll flip it on. And usually I enjoy myself. Feinbaum just like, so he had Lane Kiffin on. Him and Lane Kiffin have this, kind of rivalry, but they really like each other.
Will they, won't they?
Yeah. So he was on there for 9 minutes yesterday, and it was the most awkward. Neither of them care about silence or dead air or anything like that. Neither of them feel any sort of pressure to, so they just sit on there and they just barb each other for 9. It was great. I tweeted it out yesterday. If people want to go watch it, they can. We're obviously not going to play the 9 minutes on this show, but we'll have some reaction from the things that were said yesterday. Diego Pavia. People want to talk to Diego Pavia. SEC touting its schedules and things like that. And might Nick Saban have not coached his last game yet? We'll dive into those topics today. Like I said, the Home Run Derby. And then elsewhere, we do have the most unfortunate posterization photo that we have ever seen. We'll bring that up today on the show. A couple national college football people having some takes about Nebraska out there. So we'll dive into that. Vinny Pasquantino offers a smattering of tweets last night during the Home Run Derby. NFL, the best NFL teams of the century so far with Chiefs disrespect.
It's back, folks.
Yes. The new football season is nearly upon us, and so people are disrespecting the Chiefs. And now people are disrespecting the Chiefs historically as well.
When will they learn?
When will they learn? It's a great question.
That's why people hate the media.
But let's get out of here, and then when we come back, I wanted to play a clip from one of my favorite media personalities who had a take yesterday about something that Josh might be interested in.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
So I wanted to play it for you, Josh, and get your reaction when we do that on the other side. Whenever we play clips from this man that we're about to hear from, it almost 100% of the time ends up in like drop material. So I think there's going to be some of that in here.
Okay.
We'll do that. It's a summer show. Welcome, everyone. It's the Connor Happer Show. Back after this on 1620 The Zone.
The Connor Happer Show.
Who's pitching tonight?
You Darvish, having a great year.
The Connor Happer Show.
I know about that guy.
On 1620 The Zone.
What a mess.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm gonna have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Make the right call. John Higgins Weather Car. The home of the roofery.
If the roof on your home or business received hail damage from the recent storm, there's only one call to make for an assessment. John Higgins Weather Guard, the local, trusted, and proven.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
File this in the... I didn't know that there was a culture war going on surrounding this, but...
Oh, everything's a culture war, Connor.
It is, but apparently it's a very popular thing to have takes on the new Superman movie.
Oh, you got to have a Superman take.
Was it good? Was it bad? Is he woke? Is Superman too something or the other? I have no idea. I haven't seen the movie. So I was delighted to be blessed on my timeline this morning with a Mike Francesa take about Superman, the new movie. What do we think Mike as a viewer of the new Superman movie, Josh, what do we think Mike Francesa thought of the new Superman movie?
Before we even get to that, I want to know what confluence of events occurred to get Mike Francesa to a movie theater in 2025.
It sounds like he likes Superman.
Okay.
Like he likes the franchise.
That would have been my guess.
Well, let's just go ahead and give you what he thought. This is the Pope himself, the sports Pope himself, talking about his recent viewing of the new Superman movie.
I'm getting into is this stunk. As for someone who's a old-time TV show Superman guy trying to get entertained for a couple hours and wants to see Superman, this movie was pure torture to sit through. Torture. I mean, I'll tell you this. If my name was on the credits, I'd hide it. That's how bad it was. This was 2 hours of this new Superman. It was he wasn't Christopher Reeve, but he was okay Superman. 2 hours of him getting the crap beat out of him. Who wants to see Superman get beat up for 2 hours? He's getting beat up by everybody. Plus, You have other superheroes in the movie. I didn't go there to see some guy named Mr. Terrific. I didn't go there to see the Green Lantern or some lady named Hawk something or other. I don't even know who she was. Okay, these other superheroes who he calls on. Who are these other superheroes? This is a Superman movie. You want to see Superman flirt with Lois Lane, keep his disguise, and battle crime. That's what you want to see. And good triumph over evil. That's Superman. A little tongue-in-cheek, a little cartoonish, a little campy. Okay, this was unmitigated garbage. First of all, early on, there's robots. I don't want robots. Okay, I don't want robots taking care of Superman. I don't. Then there's a super dog. Who came up with a super dog?
Comic book.
I mean, we all like dogs, okay? And I didn't like the dog getting beat on in the movie. It bothered me. But hey,
I would agree.
Who came up with a dog with a cape? When did that arrive?
It's in the comics.
I watched Superman for years on television. I never saw a dog with a cape. I never saw robots. And in this movie, Superman's in trouble. Lex Luthor's getting the best of him. Everybody in the movie is beating the heck out of him. I thought Jimmy Olsen was going to take a shot at him. I thought Lois Lane was going to throw him out a window. I mean, he got beat up by everybody. He got the absolute bejesus. If you want to go see Superman and get beat up for 2 hours, he got beat up for 2 hours. This is Superman.
So that goes on for 6 more minutes.
6 more minutes?
6 more minutes.
Wow.
Of that. I don't know.
Summer for Mike Francesa, too. Huh?
I probably listened to 1 or 2 more minutes, and I didn't feel the need to actually hear the dismount. There might be some more gold in there. I don't know, but I felt like that was enough. Specifically about him being triggered about the fact that there was robots in the movie. I don't need robots taking care of Superman. It's Superman.
Superman.
That camera's gone.
It unplugged. It's fine.
We'll get it back eventually.
Got a loose slot. This is Superman.
This is
David
Superman.
says.
Lex Luthor. Who the pork? Who's that? Who is? I don't need the dog with the cape.
David also chimes
Everyone
in.
already
Green
knows.
Lantern.
Green Lantern. Everyone knows about the dog, right? What is it called? Crypto or something?
That's right. Good job.
Yeah,
Connor.
everyone knows about the dog. I don't know how he's been watching these Superman movies for his entire life, and he's never seen the dog.
Well, they've never
the
had
dog
it in
with
the
the
movie.
cape. The dog with the cape.
The dog with the cape.
I didn't like the dog getting beat on in the movie. We all love dogs.
His veneers are like falling out of his mouth as he's giving this diatribe.
He is the absolute best. Mike Francesa is actually, there's a reason why they call people the goats, and he is the goat. The goat. That's why they call him the Pope.
I disagreed with almost everything he said, but
I'm glad.
my God, it was entertaining. I'm glad he said it.
J-Man says 6 more minutes, send that to Guantanamo. It is. I couldn't believe how blessed I was when I saw this morning. I'm like, this is amazing. Thank you, Mike Francesa. That's what's going on in the New York media.
That's pretty good.
Mustache Adam writes in.
Mustache.
He also says, who cares? Without pronouncing the R and cares, and I love it. It's I once named my fantasy football team like it was spelled Hook Hairs. Who cares? All right, who cares?
This is like our frequent emailer to the show, Hoof-Hearted.
It's just like Hoof-Hearted.
Hoof-Hearted.
Yeah. Who cares? All right, who cares? I mean, so he didn't like the Superman movie, but apparently it's very popular. Everyone has a take on the new Superman movie. I will refrain from having takes because I have not seen it.
Made a lot,
and
of
I
money.
don't care about really any Superman movies, to be completely honest with you.
Well, they haven't made a good one in your lifetime.
Yeah. I think I did see one. Oh, it was probably 10 to 15 years ago. Was there one that came out, Josh, in about 2011? Somewhere around 10 or 11?
Okay.
Was there a Superman related movie?
I could type 2013 Man of Steel.
That feels right.
Yeah.
That feels right.
That was probably the one.
I probably saw that movie. It was not very memorable. Okay, they had robots. They had the dog with the cape.
Kevin Costner.
And the Superman just getting beat the crap out of him, the bejesus out of him. for 2 hours. 2 hours. I love it. This is my favorite, bar none. That would be my favorite thing to happen today. There's no way there will be a different thing that's better.
I hate when my hero has to overcome something.
Hokey Skir writes in. Man of Steel was decent, but everything else has been hot garbage. Absolute unmitigated garbage. Absolute unmitigated garbage. I like when he explained what he wants in a Superman movie.
A little campy.
It's like, yeah, it might be a little cartoonish. But he's flirting with what's his name?
Flirting with Lois Lane.
Flirting with Lois Lane, and he wins. It's Superman. Okay, I don't need him to get beat the crap out of him, beat the bejesus out of him for 2 hours. And I definitely don't need those stinking robots. One of my favorite people on planet Earth.
Good rant.
Yeah, really good. I wonder what the other 6 minutes had, but I may never know.
Do you think he gets into the culture war there?
Maybe. He probably talks about how Superman is soft these days, and Superman used to be a man, and now Superman is a little sissy girl or something like that. Isn't that what the crux of it is? Superman is too
woke, far too woke.
What is Superman doing that is woke?
Well, he's an alien.
That makes him woke.
He's in the country illegally and is an alien.
And that makes him woke?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. I have no takes about this.
Okay.
Venmo Chris writes in.
Hi, Venmo Chris.
I love that you could tell these people never read a comment in their life, but get mad when they don't understand it. He definitely never read the comic books, but he saw the movies and he expected a certain thing, and he did not get that thing.
But man, he really strikes me as a guy that, like, newsstand, here's my nickel, give me a soda and a comic, and I'll carry it into Yankee Stadium. Like, as a 6-year-old, his parents left him alone for a day.
No, movies.
That's
I didn't read no comics. Movies. That's what it's all about. All right. Now that we got that under our belt, we could do the rest of the show. I needed that.
It was just going to weigh on us all day until we got it out.
Robots. I mean, it's a great take about the robots. As soon as I see the robots, it was just like what happened in Rocky IV.
Happy birthday, Paulie.
Yeah. We didn't need it. Why? Why did the robot become a character in the movie? I don't need robots taking care of my Superman. Okay.
Paulie needed it.
Paulie needed more help than Superman needs. Is that a hot take?
How is he going to watch the Rose Bowl game?
I watch the Rose Bowl game. Back after this on 1620 The Zone. All right, SEC Media Days Day 2 going on right now. Looked like Kirby Smart was just rocking and rolling a little bit, talking about Georgia. Josh mentioned this earlier, but the constant topic at SEC Media Days this week is the fact that they haven't had a team win the national championship in 2 years.
It's the only thing I ever see on the lower third.
Apparently, it is rubbing people the wrong way.
Where's our natty
in the SEC? Well, we'll see. You might get your playoff. We'll see if you get your national champion this year. Miss the Big Ten with ever saying at their media days constantly that they haven't had a national champion in the last 2 years, like it was some kind of crime or travesty. But maybe that's what makes the conferences different. So we'll talk about SEC Media Days and a couple of things that came out of that yesterday. Also yesterday, baseball's home run derby happened. It happened indeed.
Hell yeah, it happened.
I don't think I'm probably going to have a very much different take than anybody else about this that has been watching the home run derby for a long time here in the middle of the summer. But yes, hilariously, Major League Baseball has turned this into pretty much unwatchable television product.
I was locked into this thing last night. I don't know what it was.
Oh, so you were good. You were good. Were you watching the regular?
I was watching the regular telecast. Yes, I didn't need to see the pitcher's butt. We probably could have turned the camera just a little bit and gotten a better angle.
It's just they have a really difficult time with the split screen because of how many times they're swinging in a short period of time. They have to do the split screen, one to track the ball and the other to show the player who's swinging the bat, obviously. And it just becomes really, really difficult to track because you're watching it on a split screen half the time. And then there's
if you're going to time it, you're not going to be able to watch everything at once.
Correct. Which is the reason they shouldn't time it.
I agree.
Right. Okay.
But I don't know what it was about last night. If it was because it was in Atlanta, because there was a Brave in it. I was dialed into this thing.
That's crazy.
And I enjoyed the hell out of it.
So do you find it to be, did you find yourself entertained?
Yes, greatly. Like I had to put my hand over my mouth because I was cackling and I didn't want to wake my sleeping child.
You like when guys hit balls a long way. Yeah.
He did it.
I wonder what
I would have fit in very well at the desk with Carl Ravitch, where the only thing I would have had to contribute to the show was,
I wonder what you would have thought of the StatCast broadcast. Kevin Brown was over there on, I think it was ESPN2.
So it's a different audio and
different audio.
Okay.
So different broadcasters and different angles as well. So on that one, it's like golf where they have the ball tracker and they have the view from behind home plate. And then when the ball tracker,
gave us that on ESPN once or twice.
Yeah. So when the ball tracker turns red, that's how you denote that it's a home run. And then they also would vacillate between that and then this sky cam. But it was clear that they didn't have control of this. Maybe it was in a blimp or something like that, where it would kind of just go in a half circle and sometimes it would cut off a corner of the ballpark and it wouldn't follow the baseball.
Okay.
It would just be a full ballpark view and you could see the, the ball tracker as well. I found that to be a little bit easier to digest, a little bit easier to follow. But I do think we've just done a little bit too much with this.
The rules are a bit much.
The format is difficult. Even Vinny Pasquantino, who plays Major League Baseball, who was tweeting a lot last night. He was like, "What's the format again? How does this actually work? How many home runs do you need to hit? And what are the rules?" And down to, there was some controversy. I think it was Rooker.
Oh yeah, he's hot this morning.
Well, who not only was beat by Cal Raleigh by a half an inch,
less than I think, but yeah.
But also, he something about he didn't get the full 40. He didn't get the full 40 pitches, or he didn't know he had the full 40 pitches. There's too many rules. That's the point. There are too many rules.
If you have a production manager just outside the batter's box to tell the players the rules in real time, you have too many rules. I will agree with that.
There's too much going on. I think in this specific case.
I have an odd take about the home run derby.
All right. Yeah.
I'm a little scared to release it to the public because I think I may get made fun of for it.
Okay. Put yourself out there, Josh.
I don't think ESPN is paying Eduardo Perez enough money because he's great.
I don't really have it. I've enjoyed most of his stuff on Major League broadcast.
I didn't know if I was out on an island on Eduardo Perez.
I don't know.
I
that,
like him.
I don't know that he is like poorly thought of in the baseball world.
He can.
I think he's a pretty nice guy.
He has a great balance of like, hey, idiot on your couch. Here is the science of what this human being is doing, and also, if you're a child trying to play the game of baseball and you're watching this to learn some things, here's what you need to know.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, no, I think he does a pretty good job.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay, I didn't know how the world felt about Eduardo Perez.
I don't know how they feel about him either, to be honest with you. For me, from people's experience here in Omaha, I mean, he does a pretty good job and has been a pretty nice guy to everybody and accessible and all those things. Ravitch,
not great.
A little bit of a different story.
Not great.
So he's
Dewey Decimal System.
So the problem is, like, he's not. He's kind of his broadcast style is a little closer to like remember when Joe Buck was never excited about anything? Remember when Joe Buck went through that time in his life where he was really having a bad time or whatever? I don't know why, because of the hair plugs or something like that. Like, he just would refuse to get excited about anything.
Probably the divorce.
I mean, even the "we'll see you tomorrow night," like that, he was giving nothing during the 2011 World Series. I don't know if Ravitch is like that bad, but you put a guy there on the home run derby, and really all I want out of the broadcast is for them to just say, oh, that one went out onto, and then say all of the geographical directions or the things that it could possibly hit if the ball had traveled 42 miles or something like that. If they were in Omaha, I'd be like, that one went to the Luss Hills, or something like that, right? So that's kind of, I think, what you need. That's why Chris Berman was like kind of nails on a chalkboard, but also like, I could use some backs right now.
Yeah,
but it would have been tough to do the backs in a world in the home run derby where they're swinging like so much. There's so many swings.
Yeah, you couldn't do the back for a current
Not really.
home run unless you were like, okay, I'm going to miss a couple of swings.
Do you want? Here's the other thing. Do you want the players to be? I mean, they are exhausted.
Yeah,
they are. They have to take timeouts in the middle. So I just think they emphasized the wrong thing. They were just like, yeah, we need fast, we need action. Let's go. And then you can take a timeout. And then we're going to put all these rules in there for a bonus. And they have gotten some wonky results, like, late switches and stuff like that. Like I think they've gotten what they've wanted out of this, but ultimately I want to see the players not have to try like super duper hard. Not have to, because at the end of their rounds, they're all hitting wall scrapers basically because they're out of gas. They're out of swings. So when you got the Josh Hamilton 500 footer, even though we got a 513 footer last night, when you get the Josh Hamilton shots, he gets 10 outs, right? And you might not have the quantity of home runs that you would see in this day and age where dudes are hitting, 20 a round or whatever it is, but you would get some incredible performances because there wasn't all these things to worry about, and there wasn't this pressure, and you didn't have to take 40 swings in 2 minutes. It's a lot.
That's a lot.
Batting practice, guys go out there and they're trying to get loose, and if they want to put on the show, they're capable of doing so, but for a really short period of time. Usually the last few hacks of the round or whatever is like, yeah, I'm going to try and hit one out onto whatever street is outside the stadium, and let's give them a show here. That's how it works in Major League Baseball, because there's only so many swings in your body, just like there's only so many pitches in your body where you could give maximum effort towards. And so these dudes are just grinding after a minute and after 2 minutes in their
I thought Junior Caminero was done after the first round. He was like crouched on the ground immediately after. I was like, oh, he's gassed. He's done.
Yeah, the kids go up to him with Gatorades and they're like, I can't even think about Gatorade right now. I have to keel over because I'm dying. You know, it's 100 degrees or whatever in Atlanta. You know,
it did not cool down as the night progressed, as it tends to not do in Atlanta.
But so I think not that I care that much. Don't put it on the internet that I care that much because it's the home run derby and you're trying to do something.
I don't know if we want to go about fixing this.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be this big thing, but I certainly prefer the old way.
Good mix of guys, I thought. Like not household names, but like good home run hitters, except for Jazz Chisholm, who I think he should have to start the second half of the season in AAA.
Oh, interesting.
I think
if you hit less than 5 home runs in the home run derby, you immediately option to the minor leagues for the first week.
Yeah, just for like a weekend series or whatever. Like not long. Just hey, you know what you did, sort of thing.
That's pretty funny. John emails in.
Hi, John.
On the Equitable Bank inbox. Wait, we could watch 4 football games at the same time with the quad box view, but we struggle with the single batter hitting a single ball and a split screen view.
I didn't struggle.
I don't prefer to watch 4 football games on one television.
I agree with that. No, I don't either.
I don't like it when my TV is split into sections. I like to watch the TV, and I usually like to watch one game at a time. People are like, I have 4 TVs, and I'm like, yeah, that seems a little bit like overkill. Maybe for the NCAA tournament when not every, I don't know. Maybe for the NCAA tournament just because it's a special day. Mm-hmm. But I prefer to watch one thing at a time. And it was easy to track when it was just 10 outs and no timer. Man. Exactly.
Oh, Connor. I forced my wife to watch the home run derby last night with me on our anniversary. Happy anniversary, babe.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to regale her with stories of the 1999 home run derby. A juiced up McGuire Sosa, a not juiced up Ken Griffey Jr., the short porch at Fenway Park. Oh, what a night.
The 1999 All-Star game, that is the one that kind of is the standard, right?
It really is.
Because we had the Ted Williams and the Pedro, right? Pedro started that game, or
I believe so. It would make sense for him too.
Wasn't that the one where he struck out the 5 Hall of Famers in a row or something like that? Yeah. The 99 All-Star game. Wow, what a time. We also had a criminal at the All-Star game last night.
Wander Franco?
Let me draw. No, not him.
Okay.
He was not there.
Okay.
He was not there. Let me introduce you to the face of the most hated man in America, this kid.
Oh, this guy.
Or
yes.
guy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I thought he was a kid last night. He doesn't look like a kid there.
This is the guy who robbed the home run, but upon further review, he has a soul patch and he looks like he could be in Creed.
Junior Caminero had hit, I believe,
like
5 home runs in a row. This guy, quote unquote, robs him of a home run. Luckily, the umpire saw it in real time and said, nope, it's a home run. Keep going. Junior had to call timeout and is like, wait, what just happened? Tell me. And Ellie De La Cruz and O'Neill Cruz are like, no, it's a home run. It's a home run.
Okay, they called it a home run.
Yes,
I wasn't paying attention, and I just saw the robbery, and I just figured they didn't call it a home run.
I assumed that as well, but they were very quick on the broadcast to point out, no, the umpire saw it,
but
that it was going over.
The dude's still swinging, and there's too much going on. Like back in the day, if you would have had a kid rob one of those home runs, the whole thing would have just been on pause for 2 minutes, which is great. We would have sorted it all out.
I don't know who this guy is, but I guarantee you he has a YouTube channel, and he's going to drop a video. I robbed a home run at the home run derby.
I do have a quote, because we were going to talk about this a little bit later on in baseball reaction overreaction. We certainly still can.
I didn't know if we were doing this or teasing it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, let's talk about it. This is Sam Musterer.
Okay.
Sam Musterer.
I mean, my last name's Oddson. Who am I to be laughing at somebody?
From Cody Stavenhagen of The Athletic, who caught up with Sam last night. Minutes after the best highlight of the Monday home run derby, Sam Musterer stood against the wall in the Braves bullpen. He held up his phone to his ear, replaying the video that was already blowing up. His hands were still shaking from the adrenaline. Musterer is the kid who robbed, at least for a moment, a home run from Junior Caminero in the final round of the Home Run Derby. He tracked a hard line drive, leapt at the left field wall. Quote, I wasn't quite aware of where I was on the fence, and I thought the fence was a little taller there. I just kind of reached up and grabbed it.
Yeah, I generally believe him.
He's like, I didn't know where I was. I was just on the field during the Home Run Derby. I didn't know if I was robbing one. I call BS, actually. I call BS. You know where you know where you're at. I mean, if I was out there, if I was out there running around in the outfield, you bet I am camping out near the wall trying to grab one. 100%.
Okay. I mean, I'm guessing this guy's daddy franchises a T-Mobile in the greater Atlanta area, and they were like, here, you want to stand on the field and shag balls?
So their question is like, yeah, how old is this guy?
I mean,
Cody didn't have.
Oh no,
he is 17.
No way.
17 with a soul patch. What do we think about that?
He looked a lot younger on TV last night, but this still photo you have on the screen right now,
Maybe that's the wrong guy.
Is jarring.
Is that the wrong guy?
No, I don't know. Maybe if I could log into Twitter from a desktop computer, I would be able to help you.
I don't know. It might be the wrong guy. Well, maybe that was a different guy that was in the outfield, but he's wearing the same hat and the same, obviously it looks like he's out there shagging balls and everything like that. Maybe this may be false. That might not be the guy who actually robbed it, but it does look like it from the video that I'm watching.
You might have the wrong person. Let me.
Either way,
if you allow me to vamp, I can get my photo up there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we got to do a Connor Happer Show investigative report at this point because I don't want to get this. This is very important that we get this right.
Yeah, we want to get the facts right.
Because I don't, we're going to put this guy up there and we're calling him a criminal for robbing a home run. So maybe we took the guy who looks like he could be a Creed down, and we wait for the evidence on the next guy to come up. But 100%, if you're putting me out there in the Home Run Derby, I'm running around. I'm trying to track everything down.
All right, we save it as a PDF file.
Kenneth says that's not him.
Yeah, I think you got a different guy.
This is not our guy. But what is this guy doing out there then?
Would you say he's too old to be participating?
Kind of. I mean, everybody else is like, looks like if they get hit with a baseball, they're going to explode. This guy's like, yeah, I could track him down. Oh, what the hell? This looks like the same picture, but with a different face.
Yeah, it really does, Connor.
Who was I duped by on the internet? Who is that? Oh, somebody tricked me.
Connor, this is the same photo.
I've been senteled.
With a different face.
Oh, no. What is happening? Where did I steal this from? I have to. Okay, it's definitely edited. It's definitely an edited photograph at this point. So who's that guy?
You got to be watching the YouTube at all times, everybody.
Where did I get this? I don't know where I got this photo. I don't know where I stole it from. I just took the one off the internet that said this is the guy.
Who would do this?
Wow. It worked. Ferdinand Magellan writes in, my God.
Even Ferdinand Magellan is confused.
Yeah, he's one of the great explorers. Is that supposed to be Zach Hampel? No, because he's like bald. I don't think Zach Hampel has a soul patch. No, the soul patch is really getting me. Wow. I apologize to this young 17-year-old who kind of looks like Joe Burrow a little bit. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Either way, I'm fine with that guy robbing the home runs, but we'll get that. We'll get to that a little bit.
Did we go through that whole segment without talking about Cal Raleigh?
Cal Raleigh. Congrats to Cal Raleigh.
He's good.
Do you think Cal Raleigh is having a Linsanity run, or do you think Cal Raleigh is like here to stay? One of the best dudes in the league. I mean, he's going to hit 50 home runs with these this year as a catcher.
I want to ask a stupid question. How old is Cal Raleigh? He's 28. Okay. Whew, wow. I think we might be onto something a little more permanent than Linsanity. But this dude is a comet streaking across the sky right now.
Yeah, but the question is, how long does it last? Does the comet, make contact with Earth at some point? Come to a screeching halt, or does he keep going throughout the galaxy, just hitting dong after dong after dong? Home run derby winner, 38 home runs in the first half, and I mean he's on pace for probably mid 50s, 60 home runs, something like that, maybe more at this
Passing
point.
Ken Griffey Jr.'s Mariners franchise record. Like, incredible numbers. Also, my wife was quick to point out everybody sitting on the baselines yesterday was amazed by every home run that was hit, except Ken Griffey Jr., who was amazed by nothing that happened before his eyes last night.
What do you think Ken Griffey Jr. was thinking while those home runs were getting hit?
I could be taking some photos of these.
That's part of the fun of the All-Star game when the dudes. I like how they gave him couches to sit on.
Hey, you don't have
now.
to sit on the ground anymore.
They got their families out there and stuff. I know I saw Paul Skeens and Livy Dunn who were hanging out
right.
shortly after the disappointment of losing out on Babe Ruth's apartment.
Really brave of them to come back
I
into
know.
the public.
How many questions do you think she got about her real estate? Do you think she answered any questions?
Probably a lot.
38 home runs, 190 OPS plus. That's almost twice as good as anybody in the league. And once again, he does this as a catcher. First catcher to win the home run derby, point blank period, ever. And I just don't know if I could sit here and be like, wow, this is maybe at the end of the year we'll look back and we'll say, remember when Cal Raleigh was like the best player in baseball for the first half of the season? That was weird.
Then he came crashing back down to earth because it was an unkeep-upable pace.
Yeah, I mean, that's what baseball is all about, right? It's sample size. But that being said, I mean, he was a really good player last year. He was almost a 5-win player last year, but he's got more. I mean, he's got a higher WAR this year already than he did all of last season when he drove in 100 runs and hit 34 home runs. Once again, as a catcher, won a Gold Glove last year as a catcher.
He has to be peeing in a cup every night, right?
Finished 12th the MVP, 18th in the MVP 2 years ago, and now he's an all-star and he's the leading candidate basically for the most valuable player at this point.
I would say there is no number 2 at this point.
He is rocking and rolling at the moment. Yeah, Ferdinand Magellan writes in, really got to know who the soul patch guy was supposed to be. I will try and backtrack where I got that from because I'm as curious as anybody else. I'm sorry for putting fake news on your screens if you're watching with this on YouTube. That is not the guy who
great shop though.
Who did that?
That is not Canva or Microsoft Paint.
Is it who got me? Kenneth says he found it, but we'll see if we can get that answer during the break. Major League Baseball All-Star Game is tonight.
It is 7:15. That's how many home runs Hank Aaron hit to beat
nice
Babe Ruth, and it's 7:15
and
today.
we'll have Major League Baseball reaction overreaction where we talk about the topic of the week in baseball, whether a guy who's pitched in 5 games should be in the All-Star Game, 5 games ever.
Takes will be had.
Matt McMaster writes into the show.
Hi, Matt McMaster.
Happer Show. All-time moment on Happer Show. AI is a tough thing to decipher. It's a Barstool guy, LOL. Once again, I just was on the For You page, and it just fed me some stuff, and I was like, they were like, this is the guy. And I'm like, okay, this is the guy. And I didn't even notice that his face had a soul patch on it until I uploaded it into the stream this morning. Bad job by me. Sorry for being a terrible Big J journo today.
Well,
not good.
You got a few hours to get it back.
Jesse writes in, I had to rush to YouTube to understand what was going on. Yeah, that makes sense.
Sorry, it was a very visual thing we were doing. I apologize.
Yeah, if you were listening on the radio, you're like, oh, these guys are freaking out about something that is very visual right now, and I have no idea what's going on.
Radio is visual now.
Radio is television. People forget about that, Josh. All right, we'll come back. Allan Bell will join us on the other side. We'll see if there's any angles for him on the Midsummer Classic tonight. What he thinks of Cal Raleigh and whatever else might come up with AB right after this on 1620 The Zone.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Allan Bell, the AB3 on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, let's check in with our good friend Allan Bell. Driving the line, joins us now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone Hotline. AB, what's going on, my man? How are you?
What's up, big dog? You doing all right?
I'm doing fantastic. I saw you we have like an hour-long podcast today about things that people could do in the All-Star game, which is, first of all, congratulations. That's unbelievable. You're just ripping off an hour like best bets for the All-Star game. It's fantastic.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah. We need more skills challenge in Major League Baseball. That's what we need. I need a good – are you a good skills challenge fan?
One of our one of our friends, Mike Farron, who comes up and does the College World Series with us every summer, but covers Major League Baseball regularly. He said last night something to the effect of, we need a good piece of hitting derby where dudes just flip balls over the second baseman's head into the gap in right center field, and you get points based on that. I don't know what the rules or the regulations of that would look like. I don't know what the point system would look like, but I'm all in for stuff like that. I've brought up a bunting derby before. I know they've done that before in other places. Yeah, anything you want to do to make these couple days fun for baseball fans, I'm in.
Oh, absolutely. And you're talking about, right there with the good hitting. We now call that the Jazz Chisholm. That's what that is.
Yep, just hitting ground balls and line drives.
My man had a tough night last night.
It's hard. It's hard, but he may have also forgot that he had to try and hit home runs. I'm not sure what the problem was with Jazz Chisholm last night.
He went into Derek Jeter playoff mode. He was hitting those loop singles that go over second base. Man.
Yeah,
he was just cracking them.
He would have had a lot of hits. That's for sure. So what did we have? Did we have some over? I saw you had the over on the distance for last night. What angles did we hit for the home run derby?
Yeah, it was good, man. So we had the distance. We crushed that one. Byron Buxton in the first round over 18.5. We got that. We had Cal Raleigh over like 21.5 the first round. Did not get that one. And then total home runs. We had the over of 239.5. I think it came in at 205 or 210. So yeah, it was an all right night, but it was ups and downs.
Okay, when you look at tonight, there's a billion angles here. Individual player routes, who wins the MVP, who hits a home run, and wherever you want to go with it. It's the only thing going on in sports right now, so it's the only thing that's gathering any attention from both the bookmakers and the general public. So as you look at the board, what do we have in store for tonight?
Yeah. So a couple things. All right. So number one, all right, you have to kind of decide, are you going over or under? And it's at 7, which is good because if you're going to play the over and you've got push insurance if it lands at 7, right?
Yep.
You don't have a hook. So that part is, I'm surprised the book did that. I would not have done that. I'd have made you play a hook over or under. Number 2, if you're playing player props, remember, starters usually end up getting 2 at-bats. Some might get 1, right? So be careful on player props. It can be really difficult. But I'll say this. If you're betting on a player to have a good game, go ahead and couple that with the MVP.
Yeah,
because
it doesn't take much.
Absolutely. And it's not going to be a pitcher because pitchers aren't going to be in there long enough. Paul Skeens could come in and pitch 2 innings and have 5 strikeouts. He's not going to win the MVP. You know what I mean? So it's like the anti-quarterback in the NFL. It's always a quarterback. It's never going to be a pitcher. Be careful with that. But again, if you think a guy's going to have a good game, go ahead and sprinkle that on the MVP too, because they'll generally get there.
I'm trying to look up quickly here the MLB All-Star Game MVP history, because it feels like it's usually not a starter
It's usually a reserve. You're right.
So a guy who, has the big hit later in the game. So last year it was Jaron Duran. The year before that it was Elias Diaz, Giancarlo Stanton, Vladdy Jr. There's a pitcher. Shane Bieber won it in 2019. You're generally right though. There's only been 2 pitchers to win it in the last 10 plus years here. Mariano Rivera won it like ceremoniously in his last one in 2013, but Mike Trout, Eric Hosmer, Robinson Cano, Alex Bregman. Usually, in the last couple here, it's been a guy who's probably going to come in the 5th or 6th inning and get a couple at bats and maybe have a game-changing type of hit.
Yeah. Some of them are guys that only had 1 at bat, right? Like it goes to show you, man, that like it doesn't take a lot. Like if you think somebody's going to hit a home run, there's a great chance that they're going to win MVP, man, because if you're talking about a game where the total is at 7, if the total is at 7 and you're looking at, let's just say, a 4-3 game, what all is going to happen that's going to win you the MVP? If you hit a home run with 1 person on base, you probably just locked that thing up.
Right. Here's the other thing, too, that you have to be mindful of if you're thinking about the MVP. Like, if Ohtani does anything, they're going to want to make him the MVP just because it's good to say Ohtani was the MVP, or Judge, or Acuna, and maybe even a guy like Cal Raleigh would fall into that category right now.
100%. Like, look, and especially a guy like Ronald Acuna or Matt Olson. Hometown guys, if a hometown guy hits a home run, it's pretty much a wrap, right? But like what you were just saying too, here's another weird stat that we came up with this morning. Shohei Ohtani's been walked, I think, at least once in the last 2 straight All-Star games. Which, if I were the commissioner,
walks aren't allowed.
No, you are pitching to we're not walking anybody. It ain't happening, man. I'm fascinated with that. But you're right, man. It's usually a reserve guy, somebody that comes in, wins the game with a 2 or 3 run home run in the 7th. You know what I mean?
It's funny. I'm glad you mentioned that because it kind of got my brain working a little bit here. So we're going to see some different and new things in the game tonight. Glad that the players will be wearing their regular baseball jerseys for the first time since 2019. That'll be a good thing for the sport. But also the introduction on a very, very large scale of the challenge system, the ABS challenge system, which will be interesting to see how people sort of react to that tonight. But the other thing is maybe the future of this is what they've done with the home run derby, which is they've changed the format of it a million times and it's weird and it's different. And it's like, we're trying to find the right, what do we really want to accentuate? Maybe they could throw in just a bunch of nonsensical, random, baseball rules in this game going forward. Like you said, no walks, or like a mini game where if you stretch out a double into a triple or something, you get an extra run or something. I don't know, go full banana ball rules or something like that. Now, people would not probably enjoy that because they love the sanctity of their All-Star game. But I do feel like we're getting close to that for this being a really big testing ground for Major League Baseball.
You're 100% right. And you know what I would do? I would do it today. I would do it right now on this show if I were the MLB commissioner. All you have to do, I promise you, is use the current standing extra innings rule of a runner on second. Do that every inning of the game. That's the only thing you need to do. And I'll tell you why. Number one, people are used to it already, so it's not that crazy, right? Number two, what it does is it's going to increase runs, obviously. So it's going to put hitting in a better spot, but it gives a little bit of an evening balance to the hitters, because it's impossible when you're facing an ace, like a fresh ace every 3 outs. It's impossible to hit off of that, right? But if you put a runner at second, it changes the way the pitchers are going to throw. It changes the way that the dynamics of the situation. Now you got a free, runner on second with, no protection of a guy at first, right? Like, it just changes the aspect of the game, but it does it in a natural way. That's what I would do, man.
What if So I mean, we talked about this a little while ago on the show, but I know that baseball players really enjoy more so than being a part of the All-Star game, they enjoy not playing this week, right? They want to have their downtime in the middle of the season as well because they've already played 90 plus games. So what if you? I mean, now we're getting out of control a little bit, but like you put that runner on second in every inning, and then you also have there be one out, so you only have to get 2 outs in the inning entirely. It takes less off of it takes more sweat off the pitchers where they don't have to worry about getting maximizing their exposure of getting hurt and stuff like that. And there's a little bit more strategy that goes into it as well. It creates a shorter baseball game, which people really like. None of that will be implemented in future real Major League Baseball games.
No.
But you could do some weird stuff for this, and I don't know that I'd necessarily be that opposed.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, man. And it's not like we're going. You brought up the Savannah Bananas, who are awesome, by the way. But it's not like we're talking about every hitter has to come up with a bat that's on fire. You know what I mean? Like we don't have to do anything like insane. Like we're just putting a runner on second. So I'm with you, man. Like it's a natural move. It just enhances the game. We get to see the entire thing instead of just a pitcher onslaught of throwing 100 for 9 innings. Man.
Yeah, it's hard. We've had some good pitching performances in the All-Star game, and then they end up being short-lived. But there's been a couple memorable ones over the year. But yeah, likely if you're betting tonight, probably go toward a guy who's going to come in a little bit later in the game and maybe come up with a big hit somewhere. So Allan's got you covered. You can go check him out on the Driving the Line show, and you can find it on Twitter at Allan G. Bell. AB, appreciate it as always, my friend. Great to talk, and we'll do it again next week.
My man, appreciate you, buddy. Have a good one, man. Take care.
Allan Bell, check him out right there. Allan G. Bell. Kid's got alligator blood, it says in his Twitter profile bio. 1 hour and 3 minutes on the All-Star game and the Home Run Derby from last night. What a sick man.
I kind of like it.
But somebody, if he doesn't do it, somebody else will. That's the point. That's why AB is your source on this. Oh, looks like I lost my camera again.
You'll get it back.
Yeah, sure. We'll be back after this with the odd news on 1620 The Zone.
The Connor Happer Show. Follow us on Twitter at Happer Show for all the latest news and views. We may even say something interesting once in a while.
Unlikely.
Really, guys?
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Odson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Odd Son. Odd news, Odd Son. See what we did there? The odd news with Oddson.
The odd news with Oddson. Josh, it's your time to shine. Everybody put the guy at the soul patch back on the screen.
Look at that guy. That's not a guy.
That's not a guy at all. That's a fake guy.
Big Beyonce news. Have you heard the Beyonce news?
No, not at all.
Oh, well, allow me to be the one to break it to you.
Okay.
Beyonce is looking to get unreleased music back after it was stolen from one of her, she's got many people.
Okay.
One of a device with unreleased music on it was stolen from one of Beyonce's employees' vehicles.
Wow.
In Atlanta.
Jackpot.
Mm-hmm. TMZ obtained 911 audio from the Atlanta PD in which you can hear one of Beyonce's crew members explaining to the dispatcher that someone had broken into his rented Jeep while he was eating at a nearby restaurant on July 8th. Now, if you like true crime, like a lot of white women do, you'll know that the first 24 hours are the most important, and we have long passed that, as this took place on July 8th. The caller says the computers were stolen, but have a locating device on the inside of them, so he can pinpoint where the electronics with the stolen music are on his iPhone.
Okay, that should help.
It should. He told the 911 dispatcher that these are, quote, really, really important information in the computers before dropping a bombshell that he works for a celebrity with high status. Of course, we know now he is referring to none other than Beyonce.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
This is an interesting story.
Yes. I wish I had an end to it for you, but I don't.
It'll come out on some underground, It'll be
the Beyonce mixtape.
Congratulations. I mean, I think this is a great deal for Beyonce.
Yeah, if this person puts it out,
there's nothing that the internet loves more than having their own thing.
Yeah.
And
if it's not good, she can just say, well, it was never supposed to be released.
No, but here's the thing. The internet has it or will have it.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's the internet's basically creation, basically I'm saying the internet kind of stole this. It shows up on the internet. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to love it.
They're going to love it.
They're going to love it.
This is ours.
Because it's not about whether the music is good or not. It's about who discovered it.
Yeah. Beyonce doesn't want you to have this.
Yeah, this will be.
You better get this before Beyonce takes it from you.
I honestly, I'm thinking that this could be like a plant.
Oh, now that's interesting.
Yeah, think about that.
Hey, Beyonce's got this album. She doesn't know how good it is or how good it isn't, but she wants to create a buzz around it. How do we do that?
Nailed it.
Let's have it be a stolen Beyonce album.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Literally someone broke into a rented Jeep and stole it.
Whoa.
Now
I kind of want that to be what's happening.
I definitely want that.
We go to story number 2, truck spill of the week. We go to New York's Columbia County, Connor.
Okay.
A tractor trailer overturned. And Connor, there's really no use crying about what was spilled.
Milk.
That's right.
Yeah, nice.
You got those context clues, huh?
Yes.
Good job.
People talk about this.
Columbia County Sheriff said in a social media post that investigators are probing the cause of a single vehicle crash in Claverack.
Yeah, I'm trying to look right now.
Not sure where that's at. This sounds upstate.
Yeah, it's in the Catskills.
The tractor trailer, which was hauling milk, overturned on its side, resulting in a significant spill, the sheriff's office said. Cleanup operation involved New York State Police, Columbia County Hazmat Team, Environmental Conservation Response Team, and several fire companies. Milk truck driver was okay.
Looks like there's some cool stuff going on in Columbia County.
Oh, yeah?
There's a lot of neat things. There's a house on top of a pole. If you want to go see that.
That's not where houses go.
It's called Art Omi.
Mm.
And if you want to stop by, it's an elevated house on top of a pole. But it's glass and you can see inside. It's very odd. It kind of looks cool. I don't think that I would go all the way to, near Albany to see this thing, but it's available to you.
I've flown into Albany before.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Josh, I've flown into Albany.
That's right.
Wonder how you flew into Albany. Probably on your PJ.
No, it was Omaha to Albany.
How?
I don't know. I think there was probably a connector there in Detroit or something.
Oh, you had to go to Albany.
Yeah, I went to the Berkshires in Massachusetts.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Gotcha.
And they were like, yeah, the quickest way to do it's to fly into Albany. And I'm like, well,
there you go. Guess I'm flying to Albany. Yeah, you definitely connected in Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Finally, a motorcyclist busted yesterday for speeding and reckless driving after a Florida cop spotted him riding hands-free, quote, with his arms outstretched like he was Jack on the Titanic, according to an arrest report.
Police, I mean, that's why if you're going to ride with no hands, you can't just have your hands sitting in your lap.
Yeah. Police allege that Damon Hankins, 34 years young, was going 105 miles an hour when he mimicked Leonardo DiCaprio's I'm the King of the World pose as he sped Sunday morning on U.S. Route 19. Driving in a 55-mile-per-hour zone with other traffic present, Hankins had both hands off the handlebars when Corporal Jacob Rolliston of the Pinellas Park Police Department observed him traveling at a dangerous speed. Hankins was arrested on 2 misdemeanor charges, booked in the county jail, spent about 6 hours in custody before being freed on $300 bond.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, you're going too fast.
Yeah.
I just hope he got some content out of it.
Actually, funny you say that because the final paragraph of the article, Hankins drives a Kawasaki Ninja ZX-CR and has posted Instagram video showing him weaving through traffic.
Yep.
In late May, he uploaded a photo of his motorcycle, which was the one in question. Quote, finally gave her a bath and installed the new windscreen. In love with this bike.
Not surprising. Not surprising.
No.
This guy definitely has a YouTube channel where there's like 8 people who watch his videos.
Oh man, I'm up to 12.
Yeah, I got these new Meta glasses, and
going
everyone
viral.
Watch me, drive down the road 100 miles an hour, not holding on to the handlebars. Not a good idea, guys.
No,
not a good idea. All right, thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
That is the odd news. The noon hour is coming up, and we'll be reaction at the bottom of the hour. We'll check in with SEC Media Days, of course, yesterday, including a certain coach who might not be done yet. Maybe. Back after this on 1620 The Zone.
He has the latest sports news, expert analysis, award-winning commentary, and a pocket full of cabbage.
Can you give us an indication why?
Just in case there's a sauerkraut emergency.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Honk, honk, finally. Creighton has released their full non-conference schedule.
Finally?
What?
I mean, I know other teams have. But,
yeah.
I mean, were you waiting? Were you like, I can't do X until they do Y?
Well, I mean, there is certain scheduling. Creighton basketball keeps me busy, so I do care about it on a personal level.
Sure,
a little bit.
I guess.
Maybe I am the only one, but there are Creighton people out there who are waiting. Maybe they're waiting to schedule their trips somewhere until they get the full schedule. Well, here it is.
Listen up, 220 boys.
So, 2 exhibition games, as per NCAA rules, I believe, this year, where they're like, you could do exhibition games as much as you want.
Do whatever you want. We don't care.
Yeah. And both of them will be at the Chai.
Hello.
Friday, October 17th, of course, against Iowa State. That game is staying on the schedule, even though they play each other in the Mega NIL tournament, which is cool. It appears that is the same night. Looks like there's a volleyball game going on at the same time.
Whoa.
As well. And of course, that is the night that Nebraska football plays at Minnesota. I will be out of town that entire weekend, so I don't have to care about this. Saturday, October 25th, an exhibition game against Colorado State. Nebraska football that day, for the record, will be at home against Northwestern.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, November 5th, against South Dakota. Okay. Then, big one, the following Tuesday, November 11th at Gonzaga. That's Veterans Day, Josh.
Thank you for your service.
Big game on Friday, November 14th against Maryland Eastern Shore.
Is that the baseball team that Nick likes? Were those the losers?
What? No.
There was another letter in there, wasn't there?
Maryland Eastern Shore. Yes, it would. UMass. Yeah, that's them. Oh, wow. Congratulations to Nick Grimm.
Oh, great.
Maybe he could work visiting radio for that game.
Will absolutely.
There is not going to be a Maryland Eastern Shore visiting radio. I don't think. Josh is looking it up. Wednesday, November 19th, at home against North Dakota.
Hello. You got both Dakotas.
North and South.
Wow, guys, our basketball team just as good as their baseball team.
UMass?
Yeah.
Where were they on KenPom last year?
Well, they were 6-25 last year.
Oh, well, okay, hang on. Let's check the Kem. I mean, we're doing this, right? Let's check the KenPom last year. Maryland Eastern Shore, 358, Josh.
It doesn't sound like it goes much lower than that.
There's only 364. Holy smokes. The net rating is not going to like the fact that Creighton plays this game. This is not good. And then the Players Era tournament, the Mega Vegas NIL tournament, and then Tuesday, December 2nd against Nichols State. Cool. At home. At Nebraska, Sunday, December 7th.
I remember when Nebraska played Nichols State in football. They were just called Nichols.
That's right. At home against Kansas State on Saturday, December 13th.
Good get.
And the final tune-up at home against Utah Tech.
Oh, December 22nd.
That is the week of Christmas. And then I assume Creighton won't play again until New Year's Eve. So they'll have a week off after that. There you go.
Utah Tech, the Trailblazers.
This is great for Creighton fans because they could say, look, we got Gonzaga, we got Baylor, we got Iowa State, we got whoever that third game is in the Mega NIL tournament, we got K-State, we got Nebraska. Look at our non-conference schedule. It is difficult. And it is. But the games that aren't difficult are really not difficult. I don't know where they found some of these teams.
Utah Tech went 7-26 last year.
Do I need to check out their KenPom rating now?
Maybe, sure. Be fair and balanced.
Utah Tech.
They beat South Dakota last year.
301, folks. Not bad. 301. I mean, definitely still bad, but like not like horrible.
Sure.
They did beat South Dakota. They also beat Bethesda in the non-con.
They won a game at the. Now, Connor, I'm just going to read the internet. 2025 WAC men's basketball tournament.
Yeah, they beat Southern Utah.
Is this a WAC school?
Yeah, yes, they are in the WAC.
Wow.
Yeah, the WAC turned into something completely different from what we knew it.
Sure did.
Would you like to know the teams in the WAC basketball conference?
Yeah, I really would.
I knew you would. Utah Valley won the league last year. Well, they
did not win the tournament though.
They lost to Utah Tech lost to Utah Valley in the second game of the WAC tournament last year. Utah Valley 15-1 in the league last year. Grand Canyon was the representative of the NCAA tournament.
Now they're no
and
longer.
I think they're moving on.
Yeah.
I think they're moving on to the Pac-12 or the Mountain West.
One of them.
But that might not be till after this year. Anyway, here's some more teams in the WAC.
Okay.
Cal Baptist, Seattle, Tarek Scoobel.
GCU is taking it to the next level and will join the Mountain West Conference for the 25-26 year.
That is this year.
Mm-hmm. It starts now is the slogan.
We're underway. Abilene Christian, Tarleton State, UT Arlington, Southern Utah, and Utah Tech. That is the WAC.
It's a good conference.
That is the WAC Skitball Conference this year. This is exciting. Very, very good news.
Okay, so you got your teams, you got your dates. Now, what are you doing with it? What are you
matching it up?
Yeah.
Got to figure it out. Will I have to miss any games?
Oh yeah. Do we have any conflicts? Do we know yet?
Is there any sort of conflicts in there? What am I doing point blank period this fall? I have no idea. But this is the beginning of it.
Sorry, I'm reading from something else.
Okay. There you go. There's Creighton's non-con schedule, everybody.
Good mix.
You could schedule your falls now. No, not a lot of Saturday home, there's only the one conflict with Nebraska football, it seems, or the two conflicts with Nebraska football. So that's good.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Are you gone for something?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just like a nice Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Well, the exhibition, right? The two exhibition games are both conflicting with Nebraska football games.
That doesn't bother me.
We still got to put them on the radio, Josh.
I got to put the exhibition games on the radio?
It's Creighton basketball.
It's not real.
There's going to be 15,000 people at those games.
There really are. There really will be, especially that Iowa State one.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Sorry, Bucko.
You have given me something to think about.
Yeah, figure it out. Big red overreaction might last 5 minutes.
Ooh.
Who knows?
That'd be a lot of ad reads.
All right, so I was watching Feinbaum yesterday.
How?
So I said this before, but the Feinbaum show is genuinely an enjoyable watch. He had on, I'm telling you, I don't know how many segments he did. And it was very clearly at the end of the show, and it's SECBD days, and I know it's difficult because there's just kind of a lot happening. But they put him there on the big table in the middle of the big press room, the big ballroom, wherever they're at in Atlanta.
Sure, he's the big honk.
And he had, I think it was 3 segments in a row. The first segment was a LSU student reporter.
Whoa.
Yes, on television. It was hilarious.
Okay.
And she was good. But it was an LSU student reporter. And then it was Lane Kiffin. And then it was Pat Forty. And I don't think he had prepared any questions for any of them. He was just, and then he just started like teeing questions up. It was awesome. It was a great watch. So I was watching Feinbaum yesterday, and I was watching the last segment. 40 was on there. And the big thing that they were talking about yesterday was, number one, the fact that the SEC hasn't won a national championship in 2 years. We've got to fix this.
Terrible title
This
drought.
is a huge, huge problem. And the second thing was, their other big pot shot at the Big Ten was the fact that there are teams in the Big Ten who don't play anybody in the non-con.
I'm sorry.
We
what?
see the irony in this, right? Because, far be it from me to defend the Big Ten's position, right? I love making fun of the Big Ten. It's a very fun thing for me. It's a conference that sometimes I feel has its head too far placed up its own butt. But when the other people, make fun of the Big Ten, I'm looking at their position. I'm saying, what are you guys talking about? So Pat Forty was on there, and one of the stats that he dropped immediately was like, yeah, it's ridiculous. 16 out of the 18 Big Ten teams are at home in week 1. Can you believe it? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Everyone is at home in week 1 who's at a power conference. And he was like, one of the two that isn't at home is Nebraska, and they play in Kansas City. So that count. And I can't remember what the other one was. Once again, the SEC literally plays FCS schools in November. That is not hyperbole.
That's tradition.
They literally play FCS schools in November.
God, tell me you don't know anything about college football tradition, Colin.
Now, it's not everyone, but I did look it up. Alabama this year plays Eastern Illinois the second to last week of the season. Auburn plays Mercer the second to last week of the season. Georgia plays Charlotte the second to last week of the season. Kentucky plays Tennessee Tech the third to last week of the season. LSU plays Western Kentucky, not an FCS school. Sorry, I have some respect, but non-con and not power. The second to last week of the season. Ole Miss plays, of course, the Citadel. You knew they were going to show up on November 8th, the fourth to last week of the season. South Carolina and Coastal Carolina, not FCS, sort of respectable program. Shout out to my boy Tim Beck, but late in the season. Tennessee plays New Mexico State. Once again, not FCS, but you get the point. And Texas A&M plays Samford on November 20th.
Stanford?
Samford, the small school out of the state of Alabama, I believe, or maybe Mississippi. One of those two. And this is not to mention the fact that the SEC literally plays 8 conference games. They play one less conference game than everybody else does as well.
The cowardice.
Some teams have 2 powered conference non-cons in the SEC. Most do not. I think we've been over this. I get the Big Ten is an easy target. I get it. They're wrong about a lot of things, but not this. Not this from your position, SEC, right? Don't go on the Feinbaum show talking about how it's a disgrace, about how the Big Ten has too many home games in week 1.
No, they won't travel to SEC stadiums.
That is so stupid.
Nebraska's too scared to go to Tennessee. I'm hearing rumblings of Indiana breaking up with Virginia.
And then, so I get it. Sankey is a really good PR guy for his own conference. He is. He's a honk. He's supposed to be a honk. I wish the Big Ten had a honk in its commissioner, but they don't.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. The Big Ten doesn't really.
A ghost.
They don't. They just have a guy who goes on Klatt's podcast and says, "That sounds like a good idea." He sounds like a pretty good guy.
Greg Sankey's trying to put you out of business, Tony, and all you can say is, "He seems like a nice guy."
Seems like a nice guy. That's Tony Petitti. All he does is, he seems like a nice guy. So Sankey had this quote yesterday during his kind of State of the Union, and he said, quote, "I don't think there's anyone looking to swap their conference schedules with the SEC's, whether it's 8 or 9 conference games." So he is saying, what he is effectively saying is, we have the best conference schedule in totality overall, even including conferences that play 9 games, which, by the way, is not us. What do you think about that argument? Our 8 games are going to be harder than your 9. Do you think there's any truth to that?
the conferences are so big that it's not true for every SEC team.
Like, give me a random team in the SEC and give me not one of the top ones. Give me a random team in the SEC and give me a random team in the Big Ten, and I'll pull their conference schedules and we'll see which one you'd rather have.
Kentucky
football schedule.
I know they're kind of bottom of the barrel, but
that's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just we need a team in there. Give me a Big Ten team.
Michigan State
football schedule 2025. Okay. You tell me which one you'd rather do. Ole Miss at home, at South Carolina, at Georgia. Oh my God, this schedule is actually really hard. Home, you picked a bad team. Home against Texas, home against Tennessee, at Auburn, Florida, at Vanderbilt. Okay, so
I don't like that.
That's a bad start. All right. So there might be some truth to this. Here is the Big Ten version. At USC, at Nebraska, UCLA at home, at Indiana, home against Michigan, at Minnesota, Penn State at home, at Iowa, and then Maryland on a neutral field. Maryland and Detroit.
Boy, they really don't have to travel very much.
This may have backfired.
This really did.
So that SEC schedule that we just happened to pick out of the barrel, that was a hard one. That was a really difficult one. But it's still 8 games versus 9 games. And people like to use the qualifier of power versus non-power.
People love power.
Power school versus non-power school. But I don't think there's anyone looking to swap their conference schedules with the SEC. Maybe specifically, I don't think there's anyone looking to swap their conference schedule with Kentucky this year.
Now you can have that, Stoops.
Let's go to Ole Miss. At Kentucky, Arkansas, LSU, at Georgia, at Oklahoma, South Carolina, Florida, at Mississippi State. That's easy. That's easy, right? You got your Georgia on there, very difficult. You got your LSU on there, very difficult. You got your Oklahoma on there. Who knows what they're going to be? But other than that, you're not, Florida, whatever, right? But pretty much chances are, if you're in the Big Ten, you're going to be playing 4 name brand, top 25 rated schools, 4 or 5, just depending on what you're going to get. We just so happened to pick Kentucky, whose schedule was, for some reason, impossible this year.
Crecky with a good point on YouTube.
Hi, Crecky with a good point on YouTube.
Wisconsin would love to trade schedules with an SEC school.
Let's do that. Let's do Kentucky with Wisconsin. With the Wisconsin yes, their schedule is notoriously hard this year, but it is made more difficult by the fact that they go to Alabama. Indeed. But here we go.
And that we believe them to be not very good in the first place.
That's also helpful. But Kentucky
is also
not very good. Maryland, at Michigan, Iowa, Ohio State, at Oregon, Washington, at Indiana, Illinois, at Minnesota. Goo.
I mean, just fire the guy now.
Yeah. That's pretty rough deal. Pretty rough deal there. By the way, we just get this one from Crecky as well. Speaking of the SEC versus the Big Ten.
Hi, Crecky.
Brett McMurphy. Is this real Brett McMurphy? Yeah, I guess it is. In case you were wondering, Conference USA announces Nebraska Furniture Mart, a.k.a. NFM, as the official furniture and decor provider of the Conference USA football kickoff and media day.
What?
That's awesome.
I love the first comment under that.
What does it say?
I was wondering this, actually. In case you were wondering, Conference USA announces Nebraska Furniture Mart, NFM, as the official furniture decor provider. Huh.
Yep.
Are they going to team up with Scooters for the Scooters Bowl?
Hey,
or the NFM
congratulations.
Bowl?
I mean, it's a big deal for NFM. Nice job.
That's just shocking to me.
Nice job by them. The Conference USA. No, I did not see them getting a hand in the Conference USA Media Days this year. Here's Pedro.
Hi, Pedro.
Hi, guys. The SEC needs to get rid of the middle of the season tomato can team. The rest of the country should be very upset about that. Yeah. I mean, once again, all these arguments are so funny. Number one, because they play in different terms, and the SEC, as an effort to try to circumvent playing the 9-game conference schedule like everyone else in America does, is trying to tell you that their schedule is already hard enough.
So we treat ourselves with the Citadel every October.
And the retort to it is this, which is, well, the reason that your teams are ranked so high at the end of the year is because they don't have the extra possibility of a loss. If you played the full 9 conference games, how much of that would be, how much does one of your number 1 teams or number 10 team or whatever it is lose an extra game, therefore not occupy a spot in the college football playoff, therefore not occupy a spot in the top 15 or whatever it might be, just by virtue of the fact that they have one more opportunity to do so? My argument would be yes, over time that would happen. The Big Ten has already adjusted to this. Therefore, it is perceived that the middle to the bottom of the Big Ten has way worse teams because they have the 9th conference game. And that happens over a period of time. These arguments are very, very funny to me. Also, at SEC Media Days yesterday, Greg McElroy dropped the bomb. Are you going to drop the bomb or not? Greg McElroy says, yes, absolutely I will. Former Alabama quarterback Greg McElroy on Monday relayed talk about a possible return by Nick Saban to coaching college football. Quote, from
the TV analyst?
From the Mac and Cube show on WJOX in Birmingham.
That's
Greg,
what we should call our show.
Mac and Cube.
Yeah.
I
you want to be
that's
Mac or Cube?
Cole Kubelik, I would assume.
Sure.
Anyway, quote, a very much in the know person that I have a lot of respect for and have spent a lot of time around and really just admire that person. They seem to think Nick Saban is not done coaching. He's pretty adamant that he thinks Nick Saban will be coaching again. When pressed about the source of this information, McElroy responded, if it wasn't someone notable, I would never say a word. Reiterated McElroy, he is of firm belief that Nick Saban will coach in college football again.
Like Lane Kiffin was asked about this yesterday.
This, yes, as you just pointed out there, Josh.
Sorry, did I jump ahead?
No, it's a good segue. The response to this has been basically an entire cottage industry of people making content out of where Nick Saban might coach again when brought back to coach. I heard Feinbaum talking about this yesterday.
Oh,
and he was basically like, I like you, Greg, but what are you talking about?
Yeah, this is insane.
Who is your source?
Mm-hmm.
Who is talking about this? Why would Nick Saban come back to coaching college football? And
he's 73.
Yep.
He's great on television. I'm sure it pays him just as much, if not more.
I am willing to admit that some dudes are just built different, and some dudes just can't they can't get. Urban Meyer couldn't stay away.
They see a thing and go, "I could fix that."
He would kill. He would kill
easy.
Himself quite literally. His health was being impacted by the fact that he had to coach college football, and he had to coach college football in his way, right? I seem to think, Nick Saban seems very okay with his life right now, where Urban Meyer did not. Doesn't mean Nick Saban doesn't have takes about what's going on in college football, because he does. And guess what? He has a platform to do so.
Yes.
Which is great.
Are you old enough to I feel stupid saying that, but are you old enough to remember when Bill Cowher retired from the NFL?
Yes.
And he got that spot on CBS, and every year it was,
Yep.
well, Bill Cowher's going to coach the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Well, Bill Cowher's going to fill this job.
That
Bill
still
Cowher's
happens every once in a
It
while.
still does, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Nick Saban is the new Bill Cowher in that
Ooh.
he's going to get rumored for every job, but he's very happy and comfortable and very good at television.
Yeah.
So why would he leave?
Good. That's good. That's a good comp. Nice. I think it was kind of Urban Meyer for a second.
Yeah.
Too,
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I don't see this, but I don't have sources that I respect who think this. So
it wasn't even that. It was like, it was very long
I want to
caveat.
be him. I want to be this person. A very much in the know person that I have a lot of respect for and have spent a lot of time around and really, really admire. They seem to think this. If it wasn't someone notable, I would never say a word. He is of firm belief that Nick Saban will coach in college football again. I think Greg McElroy could be his own source on this.
Yes.
Like, does he think this? He has enough institutional knowledge about Nick Saban to have an opinion on this. Do you think this?
Greg McElroy absolutely thinks that of himself.
So do we think that Greg McElroy is his own source and he's just making this up?
You know, that wouldn't shock me.
I don't think that.
That wouldn't shock me.
Oh,
what a terrible prank.
That's what's going on in SEC Media Days. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
MLB has just posted a video.
Oh, good. Is it of the big dumper?
No, I'm sorry. It's Fox Sports MLB. They went to Truist Park and told Braves fans that Ronald Acuna had been traded.
Whoa. That sounds like a horrible idea.
It does. Don't do that to people.
Seems awfully mean.
Yeah. Very mean for just a social media, have fun at the All-Star game video.
All right.
A lot happening in Atlanta this week.
Speaking of baseball, MLB reaction, overreaction. On the other side, on 1620 The Zone. Okay, MLB reaction, overreaction. Will these be reactions or will they be overreactions? The writers, they've kind of been on one lately.
They're starting
I don't know
to
what they've been cooking in there.
hit their groove with these baseball topics.
Yeah. I think they've actually come to understand baseball. So let's see what they have today.
Good. Take number 1, home run robberies in the home run derby should be counted as home runs.
Overreaction.
Whoa.
I believe that if you get robbed by a little tiny baby boy who doesn't have a soul patch in left field in the home run derby, that it should not count as a home run. Did the ball go over the fence, Josh?
No, it did
No,
not.
it didn't. No, it didn't. And that kid should finish 7th in the home run derby in front of Jazz Chisholm. That's my take.
So should that be like a deduction? Like you had a home run robbed by a child.
No, I don't think
you
that
lose 3 home runs. From
No,
your total.
I don't think that you as the hitter
Okay.
should be at fault for this. I just think it should be points in some way, shape, or form for the 17-year-old.
Okay.
Who robbed the home run. And I you lose by not getting credit for the home run.
And again, this is the
Not
guy.
this guy.
Not that guy. This guy.
Damn. That internet, man.
It'll get you.
That got me bad.
It gets everyone. It's fine. Take number 2. Brewers pitcher Jacob Mizorowski is in the All-Star game, and he should be in the All-Star game.
Oh, God. Overreaction.
Yeah, that's a bad one. I mean,
he's pitched in 5 games.
He's very
in his
good,
life.
But yes, 5 games. And after he had pitched 2 games, MLB was like, hey, it's Miz versus Skeens today. It's Miz versus Skeens. Are you tuning in to Miz versus Skeens? Who the hell is Miz?
Yeah. People like, well, the Skeens rocket ship, I guess I don't know. I can't really pinpoint why the big prospects become the big prospects, right? But Skeens became one. I mean, he was the number 1 pick, and coming off of his great college career, and it's nothing about his personality. He has none of that.
That's right.
Right?
He's a white guy in MLB.
He's a 2x4. He doesn't do or say anything.
He makes Matt Olson look like Ronald Acuna Jr.
He doesn't do anything, but he throws 100 miles an hour, and so does Jacob Mizorowski. There's a lot of deserving guys who like. So I want to be clear about this. I'm not mad about this. Don't put it on the internet that I'm mad about this. I see people losing their absolute minds over this.
They all play
and they're
for the
like,
Phillies.
this is a disgrace to the sport. I'm definitely not there, but I also think you could have had a lot of different and better choices than this.
Yeah.
It's not like he's been like totally dominant in his 5 starts either. He's been good. He's been good.
They got me agreeing with Phillies players, with Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
My sworn nemesis. I'm like, you know what? I think Bryce Harper's got a good take here.
So
Ranger Suarez should be in the All-Star game. Now, he declined it, and we didn't know that at the time. But
he, in his last start against the Dodgers a week ago today, he struck out 12. He was awesome.
That's a lot.
He was really, really good.
He beat Skeens
in that start. And he struck out 8 in that start against Pittsburgh. But pretty run-of-the-mill, like, major league debut, 5 innings, 5 strikeouts. Second start, 6 innings, 6 strikeouts. That third start against Pittsburgh, 5 innings, 8 strikeouts. 3 2/3, and he got beat up a little bit in his next start against the Mets. So he was 4-1 on the year. Like, once again, we're making the case for an all-star for a guy who's pitched 5 career major league games. He should not be there.
Not 5 games this year. 5 games.
5 games ever. Yes.
That's his whole career.
Should not be in the all-star game. But once again, please don't put it on the internet that I'm mad, because I am definitively not mad. I have better things to worry about.
I agree with you, but it just seems so damn preordained by Major League Baseball that we're going to make that guy a star. And baseball doesn't really ever try to make somebody a star.
Yeah, they do. They top prospects. There's something about top prospects.
Yeah.
They try to give them a bit of an aura these days.
Mm-hmm. Take number 3 from the writers. The Seattle Mariners need to go all in on acquiring offensive help for Cal Raleigh.
I believe in striking while the iron's hot, Josh. And I don't think there's ever been an iron hotter than Cal Raleigh.
Yeah.
So I think the Mariners are lucky to be where they're at right now, considering he's having what did you call it earlier? A comet of a season. I mean, it's truly unbelievable what he's done so far. He's carrying the offense completely.
There's still 5 games out of first place in the division.
Julio Rodriguez he's been very, very human this year.
Mm-hmm. Could they just make him better?
So, like, the conventional thought is Raleigh comes back to earth in the second half of the season and other people step up. But if he comes back to earth, they're going to need help because he's doing the heavy lifting for, worthy of 2 people right now. So there is a world where he hits 60 home runs and wins MVP. And if you go, if you don't make the playoffs in a year where
Cal has
a guy came out of nowhere and won the MVP as a catcher, a position where you don't usually get much offense from, and you don't make the playoffs that year, people are going to look back at that and say, what the hell were we doing?
Mm-hmm.
You have to parlay this into something. So yeah, I do think you should, if it takes sacrificing a little bit of your future to get more now, I do think you got to go for it.
Let me add this piece into the puzzle. Maybe you already did when you gave your take. The Mariners farm system is currently ranked 2nd best in Major League Baseball. Would you leverage a little bit of that to win right the hell now for a team that has never won anything?
Yeah, you have a something magical going on in your lineup right now.
Yeah.
You need to capitalize on it existing. It doesn't come around very often. You won't get 60 home runs out of him next year. I can pretty much guarantee that.
Take number 4. The Colorado Rockies will have the worst run differential of all time. Modern era.
Yeah, thank you. Modern era, right? So this is post 1900, basically, which doesn't seem that modern, but that's baseball because there was a lot of teams in the 1800s and none of it made much sense, and the stat keeping wasn't very good. And the 1899 Cleveland Spiders went 20 and 140 or something like that. I mean, it was absolutely horrendous. The Pittsburgh Alleghenies in 1890 were also really, really bad. 23 and 113, by the way. They played like an uneven amount of games. So we go post 1900. The current record for the worst run differential post 1900, the 1932 Boston Red Sox, minus 345.
Goo.
The Rockies, for the record right now, with their record of, I believe, 22 and 73.
22 and 74.
22 and 74 are minus 253. This could be the worst team of all time in a variety of different categories. And I do feel like we bring this up every week, but I feel like we should bring it up every week. How nonsensically bad they are. I mean, that's the only, it's the reverse Cal Raleigh effect, right? You don't believe what Cal Raleigh is doing right now. What he's doing right now is real, right? So you don't think it will continue at this pace in the second half. You apply that same logic to the 2025 Colorado Rockies, and they might not be as bad in the second half. But I think in both cases, everyone's hoping that it keeps going the way it's going because it is historically so bad.
The Chicago White Sox are a bad baseball team. They are 10 games better than the Colorado Rockies.
For the record, the 2023 A's were minus 339. They went 50 and 112. The Rockies, of course, on pace for something much, much darker at the moment.
Yep. Take number 5. Seth Lugo is the prize of the trade deadline.
You would have to convince the Royals to. I mean, just historically, the Royals are really conservative on these things, and they are sort of indecisive, and they make trade deadline moves that don't necessarily seem super duper impactful. So, in order for them to move off of Seth Lugo, they would have had to admit out loud, like, "Oh, we're probably, this is probably not a team that we're going to make the playoffs with," or something like that. Which I just don't see. I don't see that happening. I don't see them admitting that out loud, and I think they'll probably do a couple minor things and maybe, move a couple minor leaguers around and maybe try and get a cheap flyer for a bat option. But this would be a significant move if they were to part ways with Seth Lugo. Therefore, they would expect something in return. Is he the prize of the deadline? Probably. I mean, he's probably the but is he quote available? That's the only thing. Are the Red Sox guys available? Is a guy like Jarren Duran available? Is Alex Bregman available? Is Sandy Alcantara available? Are any of the Orioles guys available?
Yeah.
The Pirates guys are available, but how many of them? So it's just, I think we're in a spot right now where, baseball has run itself into this situation where there's so many teams that make the playoffs, so nobody wants to give up and give in. And therefore the options are really, really fluid for who the deadline prizes are. And it just, that market is not particularly clear, and we're 2 weeks out.
I feel like it probably should be a little clearer, but this is always the week where everybody talks to everybody.
Oh yeah, big convention week.
Deals get done this week.
Yep.
I got one more take, right? It's from the writers. Here we go. You'd like to sit in the outfield for the home run derby.
I would love to. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
This is a great take. Thank you, writers. I would love to sit in the outfield for the home run derby.
It did look a little physical.
Yes.
In the outfield.
That's why the writers, I think, brought this up.
It's like
they were
just
like
crashing into people trying to get a ball. Like,
you have to know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
I would assume that those are the most expensive seats out there. But yeah, it looks like people are really in some battles, fighting for position.
Some scraps.
Yeah.
I don't know that I want that, but
no.
For a home run derby, yeah, I think that is what you want.
Maybe there should be a rule where everyone just has to stay still.
Stay seated.
You could stand up, but like, don't reach outside of your area. Don't bring any nets or
stay in your bubble.
Don't push anybody. Please.
Geico can't be handing out those oversized gloves.
No. Maybe that's what we should do. We should put something like that in place. But yeah, that looks like an awesome experience. I would love to sit in the outfield at the home run derby. I would love to be in the park for the home run derby. I would like to go to a home run derby.
Fun. It was very expensive when it was in Kansas City.
That's an experience where that would be a much better product in person to watch than on TV.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A much way, way, way better product to watch in person. To the point where it's horrible on television. It would be awesome in person.
Watch a 513-foot dong.
Yeah. I would like to watch a ball fly out of the ballpark.
Yeah.
Because everybody goes to a Major League Baseball game and you're like, and the question is from the little kid, "Hey, Dad, has anybody ever hit it there?" And you're like, "No, except for that one time."
Except for that one time.
In the home run derby.
O'Neill Cruz hit it there.
Yeah. Over everything. There's a little kind of, it's almost, it's like a small city in there that they have, but I think there's some NBC Comcast studios back there in right center field. Like there's a little courtyard kind of area, just hanging out there. Oh, look, there's a ball just rolled up to me. It's a 513-foot home run. Sam has a suggestion for etiquette.
Hi, Sam.
Catching baseballs in the outfield of the home run derby. Basketball rules. Have to give everyone a landing zone and no touching. Ryan Kalkbrenner would rock in the outfield. Ryan Kalkbrenner would be an amazing. You should be able to pay a guy like Ryan Kalkbrenner to go out there and catch home run balls for you, because he would be an incredible magnet for the baseball. He's very tall.
That would be funny.
But also, he doesn't invade other people's space.
If like,
and he can't be messed with. Like, you can't dunk on him, you know?
if you're wherever the All-Star game was being held had a basketball team, and that basketball team had a
you could
7'7" guy, like if Memphis, like pretend Memphis has a baseball team and Zach Edey's in.
But then some
right
poor guy's
field.
going to sit behind Zach Edey, and you're like, yeah, you're just SOL, man. It's bad day for you. All right. Thank you, writers. Average job today.
You did fine.
You did your job and you went home. You took your paycheck. And there are some weeks that are just like that. Back after this on 1620 The Zone. The AFCA AVCA, First Serve Weekend is headed to Lincoln, and 1620 The Zone wants to send you to the event in style. The AVCA First Serve Weekend will showcase 10 of the nation's top Division I collegiate volleyball teams, August 22nd to August 24th in Lincoln, including a couple fine local schools. You have the chance to win 2 tickets to the AVCA First Serve and also a 2-night stay in a hotel in downtown Lincoln and $150 in spending money. That's a pretty good little staycation. trip down the road, jump online 1620thezone.com and get signed up right now. Today is Nebraska Day on SportsCenter's 50 States in 50 Days. It is also the time they are doing the My Wish series right now, and my goodness, those give me every time.
Yeah,
I think the kid yesterday wanted to do the Savannah Bananas, which it was still good. It was still nice.
Okay. Like, ooh, which way we going?
It was still nice. But the kid 2 days ago got a full experience with the Minnesota Vikings, and they like treated him well and signed him to a 1-day contract, and he played Madden with Justin Jefferson and had like a gritty contest.
Yes.
And I was like, this is awesome. This is so cool. I get tears in my eyes sitting there on my couch at 11 o'clock watching SportsCenter. This is SportsCenter in the summer. So one of the things they do is they are doing this summer is they check in on each of the 50 states in the 50 days that cover basically while nothing's going on in the summer. And today is Nebraska Day. The Cornhusker State games are going on right now. I think they'll check in from there. And Jordan Larson will be featured tonight in an interview where she talks with David Lloyd. And then I think they do a top 10. They do a Nebraska top 10.
Oh, okay.
Like a SC top 10, like best plays of the whatever. Because like yesterday was Oklahoma, and they played a bunch of highlights from when they won 5 straight national championships in softball.
Hello.
Not this year. Last year.
Texas.
So I don't know when they go back to, but there will be I'm sure there will be some Nebraska football related things that are happening tonight on SportsCenter. So you have that to look forward to. Not Nebraska related. Let's take you to the NBA Summer League from yesterday. This is a little bit of a visual exercise.
Yeah, what's going on at Summer League?
This.
It's a bad picture of that gentleman.
That poor young man. Noah Asenge, new rookie for the Chicago Bulls on their Summer League team.
Terrible jersey.
All he wants to do was contest a dunk against Johnny Furphy, Kansas's own Johnny Furphy.
Mullet.
And he did not successfully contest that dunk. And unfortunately,
it might be the least successfully contested dunk ever.
I'll tell you what, though, if you watch the video, he did not. It's not like he was going up and trying to block the thing. Like he wasn't trying that hard. He just got his back turned away and unfortunately had his face facing the camera, screaming, and his eyes up.
Oh, if you move this one frame forward or one frame backward, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just a guy getting dunked on.
So, unfortunately, this is now how we know Noah Asenge, the rookie. I looked up a lot of pronunciations on this last night to try and say it correctly. I know I just did 2 different ones. Hopefully, I hit on one of them. I apologize. I do want to get the pronunciations right. Johnny Furphy's easy.
Yeah, we know Johnny.
Yeah. Well, we don't really know Johnny, but we know how to say Johnny's name. Noah Asenge is a little bit more difficult. And unfortunately for him, anytime he does anything in the NBA, this photo will come up. And quite possibly when he does nothing, if and when he does nothing in the NBA. And quite possibly things that aren't related to him.
Yes.
This photo will come up. Very, very sorry.
I would like to spin this positively for Mr.
Let's put it back up.
What was it?
Asenge?
Asenge. You better thank your lucky stars this didn't happen during a regular season Thursday night game on TNT.
Or I mean,
Chuck and Shaq would have a field day with this photo.
Let me spin that, Josh.
Okay.
Because you're right. Chuck and Shaq will never see this because they are on islands somewhere right now. But is it possible that this is gaining more notoriety because nothing is going on right now? Would I be talking about this on this show if it happened in October or November.
You know what? No, I don't think we would.
Okay. Yeah, I think so too. I certainly wouldn't be talking about the summer league unless Ryan Kalkbrenner did something cool.
Honk,
Which,
honk.
by the way, I was actually watching a part of this game yesterday.
Disgusting.
It was 4:00 in the afternoon, and it was just on. Okay, like I wasn't like watching. I wasn't doing takes or anything like that. It was just on the television. Okay.
Okay.
I don't see a problem with this. But I did start to watch a little bit closer because I remembered that Stephen Ashworth was on the Pacers roster.
I'm sorry, who?
Yeah. Yeah.
Stephen Ashworth! Stephen Ashworth!
Thank you, Fedor. So
Still eligible, by the way.
the only number that Stephen Ashworth should be allowed to wear is 1. Because it's like the smallest number, like it's the physically smallest number you could have.
Okay.
Because when you put him in a different number and all of a sudden the jersey maybe gets a little bit baggier because it doesn't fit him exactly, he does look like a child. He's on the bench. He's cheering on his teammates. He was very happy with Johnny Furphy dunked this basketball.
Sure.
But he does look like he is, he got an exemption to play in this as a high school guy or something like that.
Which is funny because he was.
No offense, because he was hooping at Creighton last year.
He's an old man.
Yeah, it actually, he's probably older than just about everybody else in that game. All right, we'll be back 1:00 hour. We still have plenty to cover on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Here comes the clown.
Thank you, Coach Prime. Nebraska has just announced the time and date for their Fan Day.
Okay.
Or this is a day of marking your calendars. So
Now we're
mark
cooking.
your calendar. Ooh, August 2nd. Saturday, August 2nd.
Okay.
Kickoff Husker football season with Fan Day, followed by the Big Red Preview presented by 1890 Nebraska.
The hell does that mean?
I think they'll do a practice, would be my guess, Josh.
That makes more sense.
And then I click on the link and it gives me a 404 not found. So we'll go off of the graphic. 4:30 to 6 o'clock, Fan Day in Lincoln. 6:30, Big Red Preview presented by 1890. Get ready for the football season. That's in 2 weeks from Saturday is Fan Day. Did we know about this? Is this just announced?
Wow. It's new to me.
Yeah. But I guess I don't usually pay attention to such things anyway. So
Right.
there you go. Fan Day. I'll be out of town that weekend, so I'm not going.
I'll be wrapping up the vacay.
Are you doing a vacay? Or, by the way, are you doing a staycay?
Staycay.
God, man, that sounds awesome. Give me some of that. Give me some of that money.
Gonna be doing some yard things, some house things.
Man, I am happy for you,
Yeah.
Josh. That sounds amazing.
We're gonna get back to square.
Okay, I have received some further information.
Good.
So mobile tickets for the Big Red Preview will go on sale tomorrow
That's tomorrow.
at 10 a.m. West Club tickets for the practice are $30. Adult tickets are $20. And youth tickets, high school and under, are $10. All seats are general admission, and all tickets have a $1 per ticket fee added. This is for the practice. This is for the practice, Josh. The Fan Day part is free. The practice is $20 or $30 if you want to sit in the West Club. Yep.
West Club. Sounds
But
nice.
of course, I'm sure most of your money will go spending that money. Will go to the 1890 or whatever fund that they pay the student athletes with. Whatever. It's going to a good cause. It's probably going to a student athlete if you consider that to be a good cause. Although we probably have to redefine what a good cause is these days.
University needs your help. They're asking for it.
Exactly. Speaking of the university, saw a tweet from Bud Elliott yesterday.
Bud.
Somebody was wondering out loud on Twitter, why is there a ton of preseason hype around DJ Lagway and none around Dylan Raiola? DJ Lagway last year at Florida, a 59% completion percentage, passed for 1,900 yards, 12 touchdowns, 9 picks. Dylan Raiola, 67% completion percentage, almost 3,000 yards, 28-19, 13 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. Now, let me say this first before I get to Bud Elliott's response. DJ Lagway was not the starter at the beginning of the season last year. He was pretty dang good late in the season, but that's the reason why he has less bulk passing yards than Dylan Raiola, who was the starter for each of Nebraska's 13 games.
Interesting.
Last season. I do feel like that is important context to throw in there. But DJ Lagway has certainly gotten a lot of hype this offseason. And I think that's the general question. Well, why him and not us, right? Bud Elliott proffers a theory. Bud Elliott of 24/7 Sports said the roster around them. How many Nebraska players would start for Florida? Not many. Ooh.
Whoa.
Ouch.
Okay, you just gotta throw that out. That you know we're not going to ignore that.
No, I think he's pretty well aware that people are not going to ignore that.
What are we doing? Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Well, I think we should take Lagway out of the conversation. Like the whole Lagway versus like bottom line, DJ Lagway was really good when he was the starter last year. Like point blank period. Dylan Raiola has more to prove. From my eyes, I think, and Mitch and I were talking about this morning on our podcast. Like I think there is a couple guys in the country who people just kind of defer to because they're on really good teams. They are established. They probably will be national championship contenders, and they'll probably be like first or second round draft picks. Like, old boy from Penn State, what's his name?
Drew
Josh?
Aller?
Drew Aller. Thank you. Klubnik from Clemson. Right. There's a couple of guys who just
the quarterback of the team that is expected to do very well.
And then I think outside of that, there's a bunch of young guys or guys who are transferring, who are in different positions. I think there's just this, I don't think there's this wide depth of really, really good college quarterbacks this year. Now, that's not to say that there won't be a bunch that get drafted at the end of the year or there won't be in the Heisman. But what I am saying is for the preseason, it's a little bit of a difficult pull. A lot of that will reveal itself throughout the year. So is it possible that Dylan Raiola works his way into the conversation of one of the top guys in the country by the time the year ends or the year continues on? Yes. Yes. And there's a reason why you tag him with that, and it's because he was a 5-star high school player. But to Bud's point, the reason why nobody is outright predicting it, outright saying this is one of the best quarterbacks in the country is because he doesn't have what those other quarterbacks that I mentioned have. He's right. That's a long way to say he's right. He does not have what Cade Klubnik has. He does not have what DJ Lagway has. I mean, not that they're really good, but he certainly doesn't have what Drew Aller has. He doesn't have, what Klubnik has, right? Those are the two guys that come to mind as like, oh, here's the guys that everybody refers to. But there's a reason why Raiola shows up on lists that are more in the vein of, oh, this guy could be a dark horse Heisman candidate if this, and this. Why if this, and this? Because nobody's outright predicting Nebraska to end up at 11-1 and in the college football playoff.
That'd be great. I would wholly endorse that if they do.
Now, to the point of how many Nebraska players would start at Florida, not many. Well, I mean, we could probably haggle on that one.
Let's go one by one. Dane Key, yes or no?
Yeah, I think Dane Key, who was a highly productive player in the SEC last year, would probably be a starter pretty much anywhere in the country right now. I think there could be an argument made for a guy like Elijah Pritchett, who was a starter in the SEC at a place like Alabama last year. I know what the production looked like, but people think highly enough of him as an athlete. Outside of legit, like this guy has a connection to the SEC. He played in the SEC and already started in the SEC. It's just so hard to do that. It's just so difficult to do that. Would Rocco Spindler start at an SEC school? Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
Would I mean, keep in mind the three guys that I've mentioned so far are transfers. Doesn't
matter.
Would Emmett Johnson start at an SEC school? I think you can make a case for it.
There's probably a few.
There's probably worse running backs than him. I
guess the question is Florida, not SEC.
Would Ja'Cory Barney start at an SEC school? Would Isaiah Hunter start at an SEC school?
I guess these are possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would Justin Evans be a really solid, capable starting offensive lineman at an SEC school? Could he theoretically do that?
Theoretically?
Yes. Yeah. So, like, I do think people hear that and they say, well, wow, every single one of Nebraska's starters is worse than every single one of Florida's starters. And I just don't think that you could, I don't think that that's an accurate thing I don't think that's accurate. Nebraska's talented. There's a reason why we're saying this year that this is a big prove-it year for Matt Rhule. What did we call it yesterday? Let's see what you got. You know, that kind of thing. Like, I do think it's that. The reason why we put that tag on it is because he has players at his fingertips to be able to, you know, where he should be able to do the job this year if he is a coach worth his salt. And that's the point. Elsewhere in the category of people are saying things about Nebraska.
Oh, it's saying stuff.
Joel Klatt.
Our guy?
That is a good question. Is Joel Klatt our guy?
I like when he talks about Nebraska because it means Nebraska is relevant.
Let's evaluate that. See, I don't know about that.
He does like talking about it, but he also knows the
Joel
algo.
Klatt loves talking about Nebraska because I think he has a pretty good understanding of what happens when people talk about Nebraska. Joel Klatt, pretty much every year that I can remember, says that Nebraska either is a top 25 team or should be a top 25 team or will be a top 25 team or will be a dark horse candidate for the playoff or something. Like almost every year that I can remember, this has happened. So I do think there is an element of him just kind of saying things to say, to get people fired up. I think there's probably an element of that. But I do think he knows his stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I do think he knows his stuff. I think he's a really, really smart guy. I think he makes a lot of random and quite funny comparisons to historical events that are seriously, he's hilarious. That used to be his bit. This is probably 10 or so years ago when Fox is getting introduced to the Big Ten. And we are, you know, and Klatt is elevating to this point. But his bit, one of his bits was like, he would say, it's like, I talked to him at Media Days like a couple different times. We did interviews and he would stop by and he compared, I can't remember which historical event it was, but it was pretty funny and there was a good reason for it. The one that I remember specifically was when I think Riley was going into his second year. This was going into 16. And he said that some coaches are like a match and some coaches are like a bonfire. and he was like, I think Mike Riley is like a bonfire. You know, it's not like a quick like flicker.
Okay.
It's like when it goes, it's gonna really go. Now we never got the chance to light that puppy here at Nebraska, I don't think, and it probably wouldn't have lit the way we thought it would anyway. And then I think we either had to take a break or something happened, but he was about to shoot into another thing about how some coaches are like a pixie stick. And I was really looking forward to that, but he loves comparisons. Anyway, I'm fine with Joel Klatt, but I think he knows what he's doing. So
probably
don't get alarmed when Joel Klatt says good things about Nebraska football. Well, Joel Klatt believes this. Joel Klatt believes this. Joel Klatt. So the one that was making the rounds last week was that he called Nebraska one of the top 10 teams to make the playoff for the first time. And I was like, hang on, guys. First of all, there's not a very big list of Power 5 schools that theoretically could make the playoff and have not make the playoff. Most teams have made the playoff. Not most teams. A lot of teams have made the playoff, Josh. Seriously, a lot of teams have made the playoff.
True.
By now. I mean, let's see. How many Power 5 teams are there do we have at the moment? Like we always use 65?
Yeah, I believe that's the number generally.
So if I get to the point,
all 68 Power 4 teams.
68 Power 4 teams. So if we go to appearances in the college foot, and we have to do this school by school. So count with me, Josh, if you can.
Whoa, okay.
Alabama,
1,
Clemson,
2,
Ohio State,
3,
Georgia,
4,
Michigan,
5,
LSU,
6,
Notre Dame,
7,
Washington,
8,
Oregon,
9,
TCU,
10,
Oklahoma,
11,
Texas,
12,
Florida State,
13,
Michigan State,
14,
Cincinnati,
15,
Penn State,
16,
Arizona,
17,
Boise State,
18,
Indiana,
19,
SMU,
20,
Tennessee,
21.
21.
21 of
That's
68?
a third, almost a third
Yeah.
of the teams have made the playoff.
Cincinnati made the playoff. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, I remember it.
Broke the whole damn system.
So did Indiana. So did Boise State.
I'm so ready for you to be like, stop talking about Indiana.
I'm already pre-triggered.
I'm ready. I'm ready for those days to return.
I'm not quite as mad about it right now. Like the temperature isn't quite as high as it was in like October of last year, but because they have a really easy schedule and they're canceling games still all over the place. They hate playing people. Somehow they just end up with super duper easy schedules every year.
Whoa, Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, Indiana State.
So
loving that?
they'll be like a top 15 team at the end of that, and people will be like, "Watch out! That Fernando he's got like 14 touchdowns and 2 picks, and he's thrown for like 2,000 yards already." And I'm like, "Yeah."
And then they'll have to play
Either for
Illinois.
600 yards a game against Old Dominion. That's awesome. So 21 different teams have made the playoff. The point is, we named about every program. I guess 20 power conference teams. Yes, 20 power conference teams have made the playoff. Well, Notre Dame's always included in that 68 too.
Yeah.
So Boise State is the non-power. Cincinnati is included in that.
They're a power now. We're not when they made the playoff. Right?
Correct. I believe that's right. So the point is, the list is not that long of the possibility of teams who have meet this confluence of haven't ever made the playoff and actually have a reasonable chance to make the playoff.
They could be on that list again this year.
They could be. So his list, Nebraska at 10, and then he had Florida at 9, hilariously. He had K-State at 8. He had USC at 7. He had what? Why is this a podcast? Just take me to the list. There we go. USC at 7, Missouri at 6, Iowa 5, Miami 4, South Carolina 3, Ole Miss 2, Illinois 1. And everyone's like, wow, that's not a great list. It's like, yeah, there's not that many teams. Everyone's made the playoff. Some teams have made the playoff like 8 times.
That's just excessive. You got to pace yourself.
Yeah. Alabama 8, and they didn't even make it last year.
They didn't, famously.
All right. Let's take a break from all the hype and come back with more after this on 1620 The Zone. It is indeed list season.
It's a good season.
Yeah, I mean, there's a cadence to it. There's a rhythm to it. I'm all right with it. I'm not mad about it. And hell, it's other people making the list and us reacting to it.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
super easy.
very fun. ESPN today, ranking the best NFL teams since 2000. Top 25 teams the last 25 years.
Okay.
Every time something like this comes up, I wonder, the question that pops into my head is, are they going to do it? Will he say it? It'll be that.
Will he say it? The Kramer meme.
And the will he say it for me is, are they going to say that the 07 Patriots are the best team of all time, even though they didn't win the Super Bowl? Because they kind of were, but they didn't win the Super Bowl. So can they be? No, they can't be. Mike Francesa would say, no, absolutely not. They could never be the Super Bowl champions.
I don't want any robots.
They didn't win the Super Bowl. They lost to the Giants. That's what he would say. But ESPN, they say, I don't care. They are.
I have eyes.
The best team in the last 25 years, the 07 New England Patriots, who did indeed start 18-0 and then lose in the Super Bowl to the Giants. Hilariously. Really, truly, hilariously and shockingly.
And are probably underrated because of it.
Yeah.
Because of the one loss.
Like, if the opposite happens, if they win, like, nobody would ever shut up about it.
Yeah, they're the most overrated team of all. Really weird balance.
Yeah, I don't know if they're overrated though, but because they have the most bulletproof resume to ever exist. They would be definitive. Like, I like the area that we ended up in because it's not definitive.
Right.
They would definitively be the best team of all time had they won that game.
Yes.
Without a contest.
The Dolphins might have moved to a different town.
We'd be making lists about second.
Right. Really kept our options open.
Yeah, we ended up in a good spot.
Yeah.
I think. Shout out to my boy David Tyree. But ESPN still says it. I don't care. Bill Barnwell's like, all right, that it doesn't matter to me. They lost the Super Bowl. I'm good. Their offense was in the 99th percentile. Their defense was in the 94th percentile. And he says, no, the best team of the last 25 years did not win the Super Bowl. He asks, would this even be a debate if Asante Samuel caught that interception on the final drive? If David Tyree didn't bring in the helmet catch? Of course not. But Samuel didn't and Tyree did. And it's why these Patriots aren't the most successful team in the last 25 years. Even if they came within moments of being the first 19-0 team in league history. Okay. Number 2, the 2013 Seahawks.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking at the Patriots.
Isn't it? They were incredible.
Just steamrolled everyone.
They were incredible.
4 close games in the regular season.
Yeah. They're in the NFL. It was the NFL. It was like Ohio State versus anyone in college.
Yes. Okay, I'm sorry. Proceed.
The 2013 Seahawks were number 2 on the list. And I'll kind of run through the top 10 here. The 04 Patriots, number 3. The 2024 Eagles, number 4. Maybe surprisingly high, but very workmanlike, you know. Remember the discussions we were having about the Eagles last year? It was just like, oh yeah, these guys might be the best team in the NFL, and there might be like a huge boulder rolling down the hill, and there might not be anything we could do about it. It was like they're really good to, oh my God, nobody's going to beat them in a hurry.
Yeah, I feel like it was like a 3-week span where we're like, wait, they're really good. Oh, they're unstoppable.
Yeah, and then they wrecked the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I want to talk about the Chiefs in just a moment. So they're number 4. The 2017 Eagles, Philly Special, were the number 5 team. The 02 Bucks, with their no offense and incredible defense, were number 6.
Look at that.
The 03 Patriots were number 7, the team that beat the Panthers in the Super Bowl. Incredible defense, mid offense. They won Aaron Rodgers' Super Bowl.
That's right. He's only got one. You'd think he'd have more the way we talk about him.
Once again, pretty good offense, but incredible defense. Won them that Super Bowl. And then the Chiefs make their first appearance on this list at number 9.
Wow.
Is this historical iteration of Chiefs disrespect? Now, the Chiefs disrespect is about to start cropping up big time as far as this year's team is concerned, or maybe last year's. But
so many.
What
people.
about historical Chiefs disrespect?
Ooh, yeah. This is. Well, you just. I mean,
You
Nick
think they're too low?
Foles, you're putting Nick Foles over this team.
So this was the 2019 Chiefs who beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl. I mean, they, as I'll just take Barnwell's words, the ultimate no lead is safe team.
Titans were up at halftime of the AFC Championship game against them.
This was the team that was down immediately and shockingly to the Texans 24-0. And then within a span of moments was winning by 3 touchdowns. It was like a freight train. Rounding out the top 10 is the 2001 St. Louis Rams.
Greatest show on turf. Whoa, 100th percentile offense.
They may have had the best offense on this. They probably had the best offense on this list. Who was the worst NFL? Well, the 25th best NFL team of the last 25 years? The 2018 Rams, who beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl in one of the worst Super Bowls I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
13-3. Remember that?
2022.
Jared Goff.
God, what a bad Super Bowl. 2022 Chiefs are at 16.
Yep.
One spot ahead of the 2022 Eagles.
Yeah, in terms of championship type of teams, these teams are just kind of mid championship teams. The
That's
2020
the only other Chiefs team on this list.
The 2023 Ravens made this list, and they lost in the AFC Championship game to the Chiefs.
Wow. Okay, there's some disrespect going on here.
You think there's some Chiefs disrespect?
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
I guess I look at that thing more as a whole than like, oh, that year they were running hot or whatever.
Yeah, maybe it is some general Chiefs disrespect in that case. Because like conventional wisdom, you'd say, oh, well, we got to put a Chiefs team up there because they've had this dominant, almost Patriots-like run at this point. But then when you put it in context of, over the last 25 years, there's a heck of a lot more Patriots teams on here than there are Chiefs teams, and there are way more Patriots teams at the top than there is Chiefs teams. In fact, there are more Eagles teams at the top than there are Chiefs teams. But it doesn't matter because all you have to do is win the year that you're in.
That's right. They don't put on the back of the shirt like, hey, yeah, this is a Super Bowl championship t-shirt, but it's historically not going to be one of the better Super Bowl champions of all time. But you bought the shirt anyway. Congrats on getting the shirt.
Yep.
No, they don't put that on the back of the shirt.
It says Super Bowl champions. Tell that to tell that to Trent Dilfer. You know?
Ray Lewis sat him down in a helicopter and said, could you get us 10 points?
I think I can.
Okay.
I think I could get you there.
Then we'll win the game.
I thought that was a fun list. Little Chiefs disrespect. And then the other story in the kind of NFL space that people are paying attention to today for some reason is that Teddy Bridgewater story.
This is asinine.
Teddy Bridgewater has been the head coach over the last couple years at his alma mater, Miami Northwestern High School. And there are rumors or there is speculation, I guess I should say, online that he has been suspended from this job.
That's what the streets are saying.
But according to Teddy Bridgewater, it doesn't seem like that's the case.
Oh, interesting.
So he admitted in a Facebook post a week ago that he has been footing the bill for a lot of the expenses of the team. It was a call to the supporters of the high school football team to help, right? He said, "Today I'm coming to you on behalf of the football team and seeking donations to assist our boys this season and to help me carry the load so I no longer have to take from my personal funds to keep smiles on these young men's face and remind them that they matter." From daily Uber rides to feeding the boys to every morning following our morning training session, feeding them catered pasta during the season, training camp. I cover all the expenses, he said on Facebook last week. So that raised some attention. And then in a now, it appears, deleted second Facebook post that after that gained some attention.
The second Facebook post has hit the...
Well, now it's gone.
Oh.
It's now gone. He said that he wasn't he couldn't be suspended because he wasn't an employee. He was just like the head coach, like like, I don't know if he was like, I don't know what the situation was. Was he like a volunteer head coach or something like that? He said in this deleted Facebook post, "Damn, people done caused all this confusion. Got a phone call tonight and it's no real investigation going on." Bridgewater wrote on Facebook, "I told you I have to be an employee to be investigated. Now the paperwork thing still stands, but there was no investigation. We self-reported this." But it's turned into a larger point for everybody who cares about this sort of thing, which is not at all, but we do care because it's the middle of the summer. Why shouldn't Teddy Bridgewater, the famous NFL player, be allowed to foot the own bill for a high school team he wants to be successful?
Yeah.
Is this
sounds
any
like
different?
He's saving the school district a ton of money.
Is this any different from a random dude coming off the street who's very rich saying, "I'd like to donate you a new football stadium"?
Yeah, if the CEO of Raising Cane's lived in the neighborhood and was like, "Hey, I'd like to be part of the community. I'd like to help. Here, have a football stadium.
Here's $5 million.
Here's new uniforms.
Yeah.
Here's pizza for everybody after the game.
I'll take a little bit of burden off your shoulders. You don't have to go out and sell the discount cards to people in your neighborhood or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Here is $5 million.
Now, as long as he's giving $5 million and you're spending, like, you're not pocketing $2.5 million or whatever, you're not doing anything illicit with the funds, like you're doing what the donation requests you do with it, like,
right,
then we're good.
So I guess there is some dispute on whether, like, what kind of employee of the school Teddy Bridgewater is at this point.
It sounds like not at all.
Yeah. So maybe this is being overblown, but if he is suspended in any way, shape, or form, he should not be. That he should be allowed to pay whatever he wants to help his football team be successful in the short term. And he should use his ability to do that as a what's the right word for it? As an incentive for other people to help the program as well. Like, oh, I feel bad for you, Teddy. You're footing the bill for all this stuff.
Well, you worked hard for those millions of dollars.
Right.
You sacrificed your body.
Let me lighten the burden a little bit for you. Yeah. So anyway, people are wanting to talk about that today. Tony writes in. He says, "This is stupid." I don't know if he was talking about the NFL list or the Teddy Bridgewater thing. In both cases, I agree.
Good take, Tony.
We're back with the polls, and we'll tell you what to watch after this on 1620 The Zone.
Upon further review, the host point is good. The Connor Happer Show returns in minutes on 1620 The Zone.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
All right, stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll have our weekly installment of I Have an Opinion, and we will have incentives for you as well with this week's zone deal to Lighthouse Pizza and Fries. You could get $50 worth of gift vouchers for just $25 on the zone deal on Friday at 1620thezone.com, or I would encourage you to listen to our show all week for your chance to win $50 in gift vouchers for $0 just for being a loyal listener to 1620 The Zone AM radio or on the stream. Because even if it's on the stream, it's still AM radio.
Still counts. You're still one of us.
To the polls, Josh.
Oh, no.
What do we have here?
Nada.
Why?
Couldn't log into the Twitter for the first half of the show. There was a desktop issue with Twitter. It was on Twitter's end, not our end. And I didn't want to force a bunch of things in there.
Well, we don't have any poll questions to review.
Nope. I'm gonna take the L on this one. I'm gonna do better tomorrow. I apologize to the audience. I've been like Jazz Chisholm in the home run derby.
Well, at least he hit 3.
I didn't even hit 1.
All right. What are we watching tonight?
I don't know. Oh, the All-Star game. That's right. 95th annual Midsummer Classic, 7 o'clock on Big Fox. I think the red carpet's going on right now on MLB Network.
What? The red carpet?
That's right. They're asking
for baseball players?
Shohei Ohtani. Well, it's a place for Livy Dunn to be seen.
Are they wearing sweatpants?
No, they are not. They are wearing full suits and dresses.
Yes, they are. Hey, look, there's your guy, Ken Griffey Jr.
My guy, Ken. Oh,
he is sweaty.
He is wearing a polo shirt.
And jeans. Why is he wearing jeans? It's hot.
He didn't. Well, he's probably working tonight. He's going to put one of those photog vests on.
You can take pictures in shorts.
Tarek Skubal versus Paul Skeens. Those are your starters. Pre-game ceremony honoring Hank Aaron on July 15th, 7:15, the number that crossed
That's cool.
Babe Ruth. Ludacris, Kane Brown, and several drum lines will perform before the game gets going. The national anthem will be performed by the Zac Brown Band. Summer League going on in Vegas. Got a 7-game slate. Pistons and Wolves, 3:30 on ESPN Plus. Pelicans and the Blazers hook up at 9 o'clock on ESPN. I don't know how to I don't know what time SportsCenter's on, but
it's on.
They'll do the David Lloyd at the Cornhusker State Games thing. It's already on social media if you want to go watch it there, and some top Nebraska plays. No spoilers. And finally, tonight on True TV at 6 o'clock, Connor, it is Over the Top, the greatest movie of all time on the subject of arm wrestling. Stars Sly Stallone as Lincoln Hawk.
And truck driving.
That's right. Who must drive his son, Mike. Think about that first name, last name combo.
Everybody knows.
As they got to go to Vegas. They got to win the arm wrestling competition and win a fleet of big rigs. and drink motor oil.
Yep.
What a great film.
I'm glad I watched it the one time.
Yeah.
I will not be watching it on cable television tonight.
That's all. Okay. You
But-
drove the truck through that guy's house?
Yep.
Robert Loggia.
Maybe good for a refresher every once in a while. I guess I'm not ready yet. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
So we're watching tonight. That's the show. If you missed anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. Let's do a crossover coming up next.